This is the Locals Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple AG Willie Mason and the bro Lukey Stowe, aka Lukey Live.
Lukey Live. He shouted, "Oi, that was genuine." You're a bit of heartbreak there.
It was, yeah. When Dory you talking about?
I don't like. I've met Dory a couple of times, and it's shattering to see any. Like he's been around the game for a little bit now, and he's really starting to ascend. Proper first grader, proper NRL. He's arrived, and to see that, it's devastating, mate.
Yeah,
he's been good. He's been good for you guys.
He has
been really good. So next man up mentality. But went all right on the weekend.
Yeah,
the live.
Yeah, the live was
live,
good.
yeah.
Parramatta, 5:30 is not that many people around on a 5:30 on a Saturday, but
That's a hard.
I was going to watch the game anyway, but it was good.
Yep.
Enjoyed it. Had a bit of fun.
Slot. What about you, Hozzy?
Husky triathlon, mate. Husky triathlon.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I told you about it for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, but no, you did. But usually you fucking say it just before the end of the last week's show.
Yeah,
You didn't say anything.
No. This year was a little bit different. Only a couple of us went down this year, and obviously you would have seen over the weekend the strong currents with the waves. Yeah. So there was no swim. There's no swim this year.
Josh Currens were pretty strong, huh?
Heavy Joshies.
Yeah, big time.
Heavy mutters. Thoughts and prayers with Josh Curran.
His ribs are busted. Everyone in the crowd. So my weekend was fucking. I went to the footy, took nephew's brother and everything like that. And when the cuzzy got hit, everyone's like, "Fucking pussy" and all this sort of stuff. It was just. I went in. I wanted to know because I went in just before the game, and I go in there just to see what the energy's like at halftime. But he was awful. He wanted to go back on. Credit to him.
Yeah.
He had it strapped up, but he couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
It was that top rib too. The top rib.
I want
that
to
was
specifically
a pearl
get to
of a
the
hit.
shot of the
God.
year. Perfect.
Just
technique.
bent him like a slow. Oh, mate.
Yeah.
It was, mate, it was good energy out there. It's obviously we're going to get to the Dogs in a little bit, but my take on it a little bit now is just they're turning. Not in a good way, the fans. Like I was sitting right probably on the 30-metre line.
Yep.
Just opposite just on the tunnel and right in the middle of it. Not Bulldog Army. I'm not ready for that shit yet. But yeah, just the
NO.
the energy, the blame, and this is what it felt like in 2023.
It's such a volatile.
It's so volatile. And I told our players, our fans are the fucking best. And then on the flip side, you give them one fucking bad game. Like I think they've had about 2 bad performances in the last 2 years, and I'll put that one down to a bad performance. Straight off the train.
Hey, I'm going to stick up for you guys.
No, I know. But hey, apparently, Galvin, Salmon, fucking Gus was copping it because they all come. They're all like asking me all these. What do you think about Galvin? I said he's a good bloke. He's a good guy. He's a good kid. Fucking Salmon's copping it. Salmon Capistrano's copping everything.
Yeah.
What's Ciro doing? All the blame just starts going just for this one performance, and it's not. And the fans are. I know what they're like. It's not if you lose. It's how you lose. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you see the performance like that, that's when they come at you. If it was like maximum effort, fucking massive hits, you just get beat by a better team. And, like with class players and everything like that. But
no KP.
It was like playing against the Chicago Bulls in 95 with no Jordan and Pippen. Mm. And you're playing against the Charlotte Hornets. Mm. That's, you know what I mean? That's
a heavy comp for the Knights. I love the players.
Charlotte Hornets weren't that bad in 95. They had Muggsy Bogues, Larry Johnson. Alonzo, yeah.
Yeah.
Had a couple.
I'm more saying you're comparing the Knights to the Bulls.
No, I'm talking
with KP and Dylan Brown.
Oh no, I mean the other way around.
Yeah.
No, I mean the other way around.
Gotcha.
We were the team playing against the Bulls.
Okay. Yeah. I know.
Something like that.
I get where you're going.
You get what I'm saying.
I get where you're going.
2 of the main players out, and I'm just like, and you still couldn't dust them. Mm. And I was just like, and then after the game, because like everything was like it's fucking awful when you lose, right?
First home game too, everyone was so pumped.
Oh, wait, guess where I went? Night dressing shed.
Did you?
Team of the decade. I'm allowed in there.
You're close with Holbrook, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know, Titsy since 98.
Yeah.
Gags is in there, Bedsy's in there.
Yeah.
And I said, because I got the boys in that down there, the best
you want to go take the kids down there?
All they wanted to meet was Critter.
Okay.
And fucking hats off to Critter. Mm. It's like when everyone loses, did the whole lap, mate. He was the last one in there. And then I got the boys, Les was over and and all two little nephews, Bomb and Apollo, and Arch was sitting there. And then he was coming around. And I said, oh, thank God that we get a photo, beautiful photos with Critter.
Awesome.
And, that was the main person they wanted to meet. So we got to meet Critter. And it's just, you're just not allowed in the sheds.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go in there, because it's not a good vibe. And like players are down and like, and they sort of, the sponsors and that sort of don't. And, it's one of the, when I've been to other clubs, if you lose, it's not that fucking big a drama. It's a drama, but it's not a bigger drama as when we lost at the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it's really bad, So and so it should be. You should feel like that after every loss, And so I was just loitering in the sheds, waiting just for the traffic to go and all that kind of stuff. So I just went in, just had a chat with Gags and like Bedsy, I've known Holbrook for a while, and just a couple of boys from the Knights thing, and yeah.
What's their NO like? They must
be awesome.
Because like
cracking beers and fucking having a great time.
Yeah, you're talking from the Bulldogs side of things with the fans, but what a fucking performance from the Knights. I'm putting
fucking great performance.
Yeah, the Bulldogs got to be better, but I think a lot of people over the weekend, because the Bulldogs were favoured, were dismissing the performance of the Knights.
Yeah. What about
Knights were fucking awesome.
So at half time, like Lachlan Croker. So I don't really know him, but I sort of know him enough. So
Lachlan Croker.
No. What's his name? Croker. Fucking Jared Croker.
Jared Croker.
Yeah.
The
lock. Our fucking boy.
Who?
The fucking, is it Croker?
Oh, Matt Croker.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck.
Well, yeah.
Croker.
Well, those two players are retired. That's why it's confusing.
Yeah.
So
Croker,
Matt Croker. Mudders Croker.
We love Croker.
Mudders Croker.
So I'm walking out at half time and he's next to me. I said, do you reckon you boys have got 80 in you?
Did you?
Yeah. I said, I reckon you'll die in the arse after this. We won't stop.
He's been on fire.
I know. And I knew, and he didn't know who it was because I was just in his ear. I said, you reckon you got 80? He's like, he goes, oh, fuck. And he just started laughing. I said, I reckon we're going to come home with wet sail. You guys are going to die. We're going to take you into deep water. And he goes, fuck. He goes, you're not playing, mate. Fuck off. And he just started laughing. And then I went into the sheds and he couldn't stop laughing. He goes, fuck, imagine playing against you. I said, don't worry, mate. It's a bit of fun.
He's good human.
He's good. They're all good boys, mate. All Newey boys are good boys. Big Frizz was leading the way. Gags, because Gags, I can live with Gags. When Gags come to Newey, Gags live with me and Les. We showed him the ropes. He's old school. I said, because we always talk about, I said, Gags, because I was 32, 33 when Gags come, and, over 200 games and all that sort of shit, and that's where he is now. And I said, Gags, remember you kept saying, oh, fuck, bro, what's it like being your age? And like this and that. And I said, that's you now. I said, you're the old dude, 34 years old. That's me, 2014. And
who's his young buck then?
Yeah, him and Bradman Best get along good. He's got some young Polynesian brothers there. They've got a pretty good gang up there.
Yep.
And he's elite. I said, look, you have 300 games now, Gags, 20 origins, fucking 10 tests. I said,
would he
still looks exactly the same?
Would he say he's the version of you now at the Knights?
Well, that's what he tries to be.
Carry on.
No, a big time carry. You can do what you want. I said, once the runs are on the board, Gags, you can do what you want. I said, and Holbrook was there. I said, Gags does what he wants, doesn't he? He goes, yeah, he still turns up. I said, yeah. I said, you got to earn that shit, Gags, but different. Obviously, it was good fun because I'm with Bedsy. It was just like being, like I played with both clubs.
We made a comment the other day on the show about blue shirts, and then I spotted Bedsy out there. He's an important blue shirt.
He's been a blue shirt for a while.
Yeah, and he's been a head coach. He's been the GM. He's been in a lot of positions up there. He's been the interim. Yeah, and he's you just need Danny Badiris in your club.
Origin, I think he's been Origin blue shirt.
He's one of the most highest respected players to ever play the game.
100%.
And I'm not talking just about his resume. Him as a human, as a father, as a person. I can't speak highly enough of Danny Badiris, right? I went on there at after half time, and got out and just got him in a rear naked choke, right? And he was shocked because he's like all switched on and shit. Reggie! And just the fucking embrace that you fucking get from fucking a massive big hug and that energy and stuff like that. Just fucking love you, man. He goes, fuck, where you love, look, you know what I mean? Just all love and like just respect. And I'm like, I just love seeing Bedsy do it. I love seeing Newcastle win, just on the back end. I hate seeing our boys lose, but we'll get to that game. But that was my weekend.
Yeah, sounded like it was
Hurricane Mace.
It was fun because as I said, like two teams that I fucking had some great careers with,
Great times.
Yeah, some really good times, mate. Some really good
Only
memories.
you can get away with that shit in and around footy. Like, Even when you do commentary and you get down, it's the back end of the game and you run into people that you're familiar with. Like I'll give an example from the weekend calling the game. You see Connor Watson, we see each other, a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a fist bump. You are an outlier. You can go do all that sort of shit and like coaches won't get, no coach is going to say anything. No player is going to fucking say anything. They just got to accept it and then just let the hurricane fucking fly around the sideline.
Pick up the collateral damage
even getting on the field, I just jumped the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Russo's going to stop you.
Yeah, I just let the fence and I've got fucking, all the bloody
you got
authentication and shit. I'm like, hey mate, fuck no, I'm sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Don't whinge about it.
Well, you don't even need that, really.
No, I don't even have it on. I have it in my pocket.
All right, let's get to it. The chaos from the Bulldogs. Let's get to the chaos.
Yeah,
or
a bit of chaos.
A little bit of some really big breaking news on Friday night. It landed during the Tigers game, actually. Before we get to that, I want to give Martin Tinsdale a shout out. He is an L1 from day one. And he's boosting the algorithm for us. Hey, lads, just on the social content, I'll finish the pod and still watch the social clips when they come up on my feed just to see a good section cut together with the playing footage you were breaking down. It's mad. I bet there are heaps of Levels viewers that do the same, pumping up the social numbers as well as watching us on the show.
Keep running it up.
Keep running it up.
Appreciate
Remember,
that.
Like,
Appreciate
subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and I really appreciate that, Martin. All right, let's get to it. So Siebes was sacked on Friday night. He was
on the ropes.
He was on the ropes, yeah. I know it was early on, and there are so many questions I got around it, mate. So the first one is right decision for Manly. Only 3 games into the season for Manly, round 4, however, because they had the bye. But I'll throw this in. It's the first time Manly have lost 3 games in a row at home in 20 years.
Jeez.
First 3 games of the season.
Would they have calculated all that in and gone, you know what?
Factor.
He's not reaching the players. He
Mini
can't get
factor.
them up. Yeah, he can't get them up for that game because that is you don't get called a fortress for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like even when I was playing against Manly and playing with Manly that one year, we fucking barely lost there.
Yeah, we had some.
We smacked the Storm.
Yep, round 3.
Round 3, smacked the Storm. We got some. We barely. You feel the energy from the crowd. And you know where you are. It's a fucking home ground, mate. It's a proper home ground. It's like Newcastle. It was different when I was at the Dogs because it was fucking home bush, right? We never felt like we were home there. It never does. And it still doesn't really. You try because it's so big. It's fucking 90,000. When I first played, there was 100,000. They'd shortened all this shit up in the last sort of 10, 15 years. But you go to Brookie, you know you're in for it, mate.
What was the showground like?
Showground was good.
Yeah.
We should, Yeah, I love Showground 2000, 2001. It was
Is that
small.
20,000 capacity?
That's where the fucking GWS play.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've built that, so it's like a little fortress. They got 40,000. You can make that 40,000.
Can they go to 40?
Yeah,
can they?
It was good.
Yeah, they are.
They shortened it right up, right, and then it's right on, and that's in hindsight. But it's obviously a bit more money and all that sort of shit to play it.
It's the contract with the core.
It's the contract. It's A-Core. It's
the corporates.
It's the corporates and all that shit. Anyway. It is the corporates because there's so many of them. But Brookie, that's you don't lose. You barely lose at that ground. You barely lose. Not let alone they had the best draw for them to get off to a good start. Bang, bang, bang. All air. And a couple of day games where you're like, they're winning this. I backed them against the fucking, the first couple of games.
The Knights was a bad one before the bye.
The Knights is where I think he lost the fucking half the Manly supporters and half the group.
Do you think another little mini factor losing to Ches on Cherry's return for the Roosters? Because, like you said, the way that it sounded that like the Knights got the spoon last year, they look to be a different team this year. So that form line probably doesn't look as bad or won't look as bad in a couple of weeks. But the Roosters had lost 2 of their first games and 2 of their first 3 games, and Ches was returning. So it was a huge occasion for everyone who made decisions around that as well.
Okay. So the flip side, Ches, I've been in Ches's position, leaving a club and then playing for the Bulldogs and then playing against the Bulldogs, right?
Yep.
It's fucking
been a premiership winner coming back, Clive Churchill.
Yep. So I feel for Ches. You need your boys backing you up, right? And the Roosters did. On the flip side, the Dogs were up for that game. We were a better side, but these 2 teams were fucking evenly matched. Like we were a supreme team compared to that Dogs team in 2008. They ended up winning. They ended up getting the wooden spoon. They were pretty poor.
Gotcha.
But they were up for that game.
And you and Ogre, did you go the same year?
Me,
Braith the year
Ogre,
before?
Nate, Braith, like we
Or
had,
were you all the same year?
no, me, Ogre, and myself were the same year.
Yep.
Nate, and
Braith the year before?
and we had a pretty good team. We could have fucking went on to win the whole thing that year, but we fucked it. But yeah, but the rest of that team for Ches, I mean for Manly, they should have been up like fucking like a grand final up, and that's up to the players, and players have to own it. But the coaching staff have to really drive that all week. That should have been like a grand final for them. The way he's leaving our club, you can fucking bag Ches if you know, not personally.
The week of.
The week of, not personally, but like, no one leaves his club, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Use that as a fucking, like that motivation to get you over the hill. You do that, mate. And don't think that they didn't. You know what I mean? Because that Cherry's gang's gone. Yeah? They're all gone, pretty much. You know, they're all gone. Like, so you can just say, this is our team. You know, you can say whatever you want. Just use your imagination, right?
Just be mindful of that too, especially because relationships and all that. So when you say his gang's gone, like his age group's gone.
His age group's gone. Ches has outgrown the whole NRL.
Correct.
But you know what I mean? You can use that as a power. And you're just like, what are you doing? They didn't even look like being in the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And fair go to fucking Roosters. They were up for it, but like, no, they're beatable.
For sure they were.
And they just weren't. They just didn't look like. I just looked there and went, Roosters look way better.
And they scored first. They set the momentum.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just something lacking there. And if it's the coach, we'll see.
Okay. Yep. What about, do you think the rest of the season is now salvageable for the Manly
Big
Seagulls?
time.
Yeah.
Big time.
That's
Fozzie's interim?
That's why I don't. Yeah, Fozzie's interim, which we'll get to in a bit. That's why I actually don't hate the decision, right? Like, it's one of those things you either pull early or you let it ride.
100%.
Like, it's, if they'd got to like round
Magic
5,
round.
6, 7, it's a real awkward position where then from that point you're pretty much given up. Now they'll get
Round 5, Oz.
Yeah, we'll get the opportunity to look into the best candidates that are available. I wonder if, do you think the news around Willie Peters getting done at PNG on the Thursday night was another factor? Like, because not necessarily that Willie Peters was 100% their guy, more so that, all right, they've seen enough. Do we wait a month or do we pull the trigger? And then whatever candidates that we deem to be the best available right now, they're going to get a jump start on anyone else who eventually makes a change around that time, like I say it normally happens, which is Magic Round.
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder if I know Willie Peters, I think his dream job would have been Manly, right? Maybe not. Did he? Because obviously in those circles, you know, the word gets around. Like the manager goes, hang on a couple of weeks, like they're going to sack Siebes.
Yeah, no. So they treated him really poorly around the
I know.
Barrett.
I know.
So my understanding is...
I know exactly what happened with that situation.
Yeah.
But all those guys are gone.
Yes.
That was part of Trent Barrett's crew. And it was like, and I know because he had a bit of a run in, and you know, I'm pretty close with Willie Peters, and that was fucking grand of what he did. I would have done exactly the same thing. And but he's gone out of the club.
Yeah, but also like
ownership.
Willie moved on, and they at the time they kept Barrett and the trainer.
Yes,
so
it was a mess. It was messy.
So I reckon it was heavy Lionel.
Yeah,
it was going to have to be.
Fucking Lionel was playing there.
It was going to have to be a huge number with a guaranteed 5 years to secure a guy like Willie Peters. And by the way, like we're about to go through the candidates. If Willie was still available, he would have been my number one choice for Manly. He by a distant second as well, by the way. But I understand the hesitation from his end, and also understanding that Manly aren't in a position to guarantee someone a huge deal like that right now. Like there are so many things at work at the moment that just need to be. This needs to be done very carefully because there are people probably around the league that could view them in a position of weakness right now. Yeah. They're nowhere near the premier club with everything that like they were back in the earlier days. Like a lot's changed, and it's not not a full-on crack at the ownership, but with a lot of the power clubs that are around the league now, a lot of them are off the back of really strong leagues clubs. Manly just don't have that.
Yeah.
So they're no longer a powerhouse.
Strong boards, very strong boards, very strong league clubs.
The decisions have to be made very carefully. And throwing a massive deal to a guy like Willie Peters, even though I think he's going to be a success, is still unproven. Yeah. That's where I would have had hesitation from both sides.
Where a lot of clubs are coming in with their boards. So gone are the days where you got all these old blokes sitting on boards back in the 2000s and even the early 2010s. They're getting a bit old. They're not. You got to run the club like a business. It ain't the boys' club anymore, right? You have a look at the Bulldogs board. There's a lot that's under 50 years old, or very, very wealthy businessmen, right? They run the club. They love the club, and they love it, and they run it like a business to make sure everything's right, like off the field. So like everything, it starts from the top to the bottom. Manly's always been run fucking in different little factions here and there, and I know that. And I think they need to get on the fucking same page until they start messing around with the greatness that they had. You could fluke that in the 2000s and 2010s, right? Not fluke it, but like because you've got a great playing group and you can just play good football.
Yep.
Recruitment and retention. That's where it comes to now. Your pathways is so important. You got to, and it's because it's the Penrith blueprint. That's where you got to start doing it, mate. Look, Manly are breeding some good juniors, but they're all from Campbelltown. Well, that's, you know, like a lot, and the Northern Beaches produce some really good football, aka the Trebojevic, right?
Yeah,
Trebojevic and everything like that. But there's a lot coming from the inner west, out west, because that's the breeding ground for playing. Yeah. We're doing that. You know, like every club doing that. Up north, everywhere. So you need the best recruiters in the game. Manly need that. Manly's doing that.
Manly did a good job of getting a few of like even going back to Hamole and the Faenus when the Faenus were there. A lot of the guys who weren't necessarily locks in the Penrith and Parramatta comp, Maryland, Guildford, all that sort of area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the interesting things I thought Jason King said in his press conference, or he was on the Sunday Footy Show talking about how the fans have always felt a disconnect with the Blacktown Workers team, and they're trying to rectify that and sort of invest in the juniors in the area.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do, and that's the blueprint.
Yep.
Right, because it's easy said than done because Penrith's blueprint out there is just they just keep producing, but recruitment, pathways, retention, all that sort of stuff. Recruitment is so important.
Well, the one of the last sort of successful eras that they've had was when they developed and were able to pluck a guy like Kieran Foran from their sort of junior nursery, North Sydney. Ches comes through the under-20s. They had a really strong under-20s team with even Jared Hargraves is there, Jamie Burett, Darcy Lussick.
Stewart brothers from down south.
Will Hopewadi. Yeah, they got him early, right?
Yeah, they got him early and developed them. They got me early at 17, the Bulldogs.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about, recruitment. When you're 17, 18, you're just finishing school. You know, it doesn't matter if you make Australian schoolboys or all this sort of shit, because that's very political at that age. That's what I told most kids in the pathways now. I don't give a fuck if you make Australian schoolboys. I do not care. Wouldn't you rather a green and gold jersey or an origin jersey, or would you want to be known as the best Australian schoolboy? I know a lot of fucking great Australian schoolboys that didn't do shit, right? So you got to get that out of your head.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like that. That's from that 17 to 20 years old, mate. That's where you got to that's recruitment.
That's what clubs are built.
That's what clubs are built on.
Yep. How do you reckon Fozzie's going to go as interim?
I hope he kills it, and I think he has so much respect within. And he's young. Fozzie is young. What is he? 36. Yes. So I think I've got 10 years on him.
Yeah.
Right. And love Fozzie like a little brother. Always had love for him. I wish him nothing but the best. And I think he will relate to the players because he's played in this era. Right. He knows exactly what's going on. He played in the old era, debuted in 2008, right? A couple of premierships under his belt. He's so highly respected in the game for a young man, and he's an anomaly, I think.
Yeah.
You know, he's footy IQ. I could see him fucking busting out a great career in the media.
Yeah.
He's looking to Mickey.
Yeah, Fox is going to be filthy.
Yeah, he's looking to Mickey.
Fox.
He looks good. He looks the part. He explains it in layman's terms.
Yeah.
His footy IQ is off the charts. It always has been.
Yeah.
His man management will be great. He'll have good people around him. And he'll just be able to explain a lot of things, how to, like halves digging into the line. It's very important,
just
mate.
Quickly back on that, because there are so many pros, and you know how much I love Foz. The cons.
What are the cons?
Man management is going to be tough for him because picking the best 17 to 19 with still having great relationships with players. And
Who does he have great relationships with there?
The Travojevic brothers.
Yeah.
So they're really going to lean on him. Ruben Garrick.
Jake. That's the one that.
Yeah, Jakey.
He's going to be.
But more so, not necessarily about them. It's just like he's been there for 5 minutes. Like, I love Foz and I'm rooting for him and I want it to go well. Jeez, that's a lot to put on his plate.
It's quick, mate. It's quick. He just retired. I hope to God that he's successful in his interim.
Yeah.
Right? And then he just goes, all right, because this will be a little bit of a litmus test to go, do I want to coach?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or do I want to sit in the booth and analyse games and get paid just as much or whatever and carve my little way in the world of the media game?
It's a free roll.
Yeah. This is a free roll, brother. Fozzie, take it, mate. And just, imagine they make the 8. Then they're like, Fozzie can coach. Then he goes, no, I want to go back in the booth. But fully knowing that he's the little gem in the booth that we want to get some way. And he'd still be assistant coach. He can still be around like he's doing now.
Yeah.
But you give him the head job. Excuse me, not like that. The head coaching job. Give him the head coaching job.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he gets him to, a successul year. And then he just goes back into the booth.
No matter what.
It's a win-win for Fozzie.
It's not.
No?
Nah. There's going to be some lose if they lose and they under the pump and the stress.
He's playing with house money, mate.
I know. I understand the free roll. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
And he will be a part of no matter who comes in, because there is not a person that meets Kieran Foran that doesn't anytime anyone gets an opportunity to chat to him, they always walk away from it going, just how good of a human is Kieran Foran. So you're right. In a way, this is it's the right move for Manly with the staff that they currently have. I know I've known Jimmy Dimmick he was another option. Jimmy Dimmick was my under-20s coach. Jimmy is quite happy and has been very settled as an assistant coach. Now, I think maybe 10 years ago there was maybe a little pocket where he had ambitions to become a head coach.
Before they gave it to Dingpo.
I don't think that is something that Jimmy would be looking for as well. And also Jimmy has been, I guess the part that stands out with Foz as well is Jimmy has been there through the entire Siebes era, whereas I know Foz has been an understudy for Siebes now, but like only a short space could be a benefit as well, where they are not going to. You don't want to change too much straight away, but you can tweak little bits.
Did he get coached by Siebes, Fozzie, in his first tenure?
No.
So he's missed the whole thing. So he doesn't really know him that well.
Yeah. Just from his
from coaching.
Yeah.
So I think Jimmy Dimmick is your best wingman. You know how some people are in this position and they're trying to fucking, jostle their way and try and get the head coaching job.
Yeah.
Right? He's not. He wants Fozzie to do the best. He wants to keep his job as assistant. He's the best assistant coach in the game.
Yeah.
I love Jim Dimmick.
Yeah.
I love him as a player. His footy IQ's off the charts, but he's not the one he doesn't want Foz to be unsuccessful.
Yeah.
He wants him to succeed.
Yeah.
So so some assistant coaches are waiting for you to fall on your sword so you're the next man up.
Yep.
And don't fucking think for a second that doesn't happen.
It happens.
It happens everywhere. And I know Jimmy Dimmick isn't that man. So he got the best guy with him.
Yeah.
So
But the beauty of it, like Foz doesn't necessarily, you can tell by the interviews like early on, Foz is doing this because Foz never steps away from a challenge. He said this himself. The club needs him. He's bled for the club. He's been one of the greatest servants for the club in its history. And he's just too good of a human to turn something like this down. Now, I think it ticks a number of boxes too. When I look, like I was alluding to there with the coaches that they had, he's the obvious choice as an interim. Now, they've got to figure out what the long-term solution looks like. And I've got a number of options there. And then we'll just go through them for different reasons. I don't really have them in order, but we'll start off with Matty Ballon. All right, so here's some of the things that Matty Ballon, former teammate of ours, right?
Great human.
So that's a tick. And all of it's pretty much pro for every candidate that I got, and we can go through them. We'll start off with Matty Ballon, Manly legend, premiership winner, great relationship.
2-time premiership winner.
Yep, 2 times, times 2, 08 and 11, but great relationship with Jason King, who is now the CEO. I was with those guys for 3 years. I know how close they were, the conversations that they used to have about football. Big tick for him. 5-year apprenticeship now as an assistant. So he's originally with Des, at Manly when he returned to Manly, and then he went up to Brizzy in 2021 under the tutelage of Kevy originally, and then done a couple of years with Madge now. And by the sounds of it, with all the assistant coaches going, he's the only assistant coach left.
You know what? MB's temperament is
perfect.
He can deal with anyone.
Matty went to the Tigers for a bit. I wonder if he got coached by. Have a look and see who the coach was when Matty Ballin did a season or two at the Tigers.
Yeah, Madge would have been the coach then, wouldn't he?
It was either Madge or Ivan, I reckon.
Okay. Anyway, let's get back to Matty.
Anyway, so that's a big tick, and he's been an assistant under Billy Slater for the last 2 years. So
here's your man.
16
already. We haven't even got to the other 4.
No. Fuck it. Matty Ballin's the man. As soon as I heard his name, MB is the man for Manly.
Okay.
100%. You've just said all that.
Yep.
And it's the experience. He wants to coach. He's always there. He's done his apprenticeship, mate. You know, you see these guys, and this is the perfect thing for him. It's Manly.
Jason Taylor.
Oh, it's Jason Taylor.
2016, 2017.
Yeah. So look, read all that, and you're just like, you've done everything. You're assistant coach for Queensland. You've been at you've played Origin before. You've coached. I mean, you're assistant coach for 5, 6, 7 years in clubs. You know what it looks like. You know, you're doing most of the video. You're cutting everything. You're doing most things, but being the head coach. So
this would be the fans' number 1 choice by a mile.
And it's not like you just ripping Matty Ballin's name out of a hat and go, MB, because he was a legend at the club. He's a student of the game.
Yep.
He loves the club. He's a student of the game. He'd be the perfect human to coach that club. He's been on the tutelage of Des Hasler, Madge, 2 different characters, right? Billy Slater,
even being under Kevy, like
Kevy Walters. Yes, I'm saying, but
there was some really They went to the grand final 23 and had a bad season 24. That's a plus for me.
Yeah.
So you can see what it looks like to have a talented squad. They go all the way to a grand final and they completely fizzle out. Like he was inside the building.
Yeah.
So the learnings that you can get from that, I reckon, is really going to benefit Matty.
Name a better candidate.
We'll get
I
to
don't
a
think
couple.
you can.
We'll get to a couple. That'll be the
seen
man's favourite.
Yeah.
Also, Billy said on the footy show that he knows that Matty has ambitions to become a first-grade head coach. So that's the difference, I guess, between him and a Manly legend like Fozzie, who's been thrust into this very early on in his career.
I think Fozzie would gladly go, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful.
Yep.
I'll slide back into the assistant role with MB as the coach.
I haven't even got Fozzie here as a genuine option, not because I don't love Fozzie as a head coach.
Unless they win the fucking grand final.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what they're asking. People are going, is this the...
No, they're not. Not anyone with proper footy nous.
Yeah, I'm not sure how... I know Fozzie loves footy. He just retired. And it's like, you need a little bit of a break, son.
Yeah.
He's got fucking 30 kids.
And he's,
you know what I mean?
He's obviously moved back down from the coast, so he's just gone through that transition in his life back down here.
It's Fozzie's club. This is. It does not surprise me because of the human who Kieran Foran is. But the reason I don't have him as a candidate, and you know how much I love him, is because it is not. This is an interim role, and he is just gonna. This will be a band-aid fix until they figure out who's going to be there long term.
On that, Jason King brought him back to Manly.
Yep.
Do you think Jason King knew he might need a Band-Aid and Fozzie could be that guy?
Yes.
Potentially.
Because like who else, if Fozzie wasn't there, who would they have had to lean on? Like you said, Jim.
It would have been
Dimmock.
Jimmy.
So do you think he's had that foresight?
Potentially.
Maybe,
yeah, good shout. Yeah. King is the right person for the job.
He's smart, man, too.
Ran into Kinger after the game and we did some content with Manly as well and had a brief chat. And then Scott Penn come onto the field. That's when I was like, ooh. That was my first inkling. So I shook Scott's hand as well. I was sitting there having a chat to Kinger, and then when Scott Penn come on the field, like I was like, hey Scott, how you going like that? And then I quickly had to get back up to the box because I interviewed the Roosters player. I only do winners.
Yeah.
Don't do losers.
Of course.
Manly players. So just quickly interviewed.
So I went to the night shift.
Quickly interviewed the Roosters boys. Shout out to Bob Toyer, Siwa Wong, and a good friend of mine,
Bobby
Gary
Toyer. Bobby Toyer.
Good Bobby. Mate, Bobby, we'll get to that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too big of a tangent. So speaking to King, I was like, mate, fuck, how you enjoying it?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, good, pretty good. Always had a good, great temperament until he gets on the field, Kinger, and then he fucking used to lose his shit. And then Scott Penn quickly rolled in, and I was like, ooh, this weird tension, I'm out of here. And just quickly shot back up to the box.
I was so impressed. That was the first time I've watched 2 long-form interviews with him.
Yep.
He did the Sunday footy show. He was on there for about 30 minutes, and he called into Triple M as well.
Oh, did he? Did he?
I think I'm remembering that.
Yeah,
Anyway, I was so impressed.
I've only seen the clips for the footy show yet. I haven't seen the.
I sat and
interview.
watched it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be. There's gonna be gems in this.
Yeah. But I know King well, so I'm like, I don't even need to see the interview to like vouch for him. Like, he's the right guy to get this done.
I remember,
and that's why I think Matty Ballon's huge favourite. Like what you're saying.
Well, you mentioned that if you go back to when we were in England and he was hired. Remember we did the podcast in the hotel room, and you were talking about how. It doesn't always have to be a Manly old boy. Yeah. And this leads to some of the other candidates he's got next.
Perfect. And this is why I don't – and he won't give it to Matty because of that, right? Like if Matty gets this job, it's because of all the other things that I've said. 5 years now, done his tutelage, been under Billy, great relationships, but maybe Kinga with chatting to people in and around the Broncos, because a big part of this is chatting to people around the Broncos. How has he been over the last 3-4 years? Because he's been in the Broncos now since 2021. How does he deal with players? What's been his part? What's been his role? How in depth has he been a part of the decisions that have been made up there? So that'll be factored in. Another one. All right, number 2 is Michael Ennis. He is a former assistant at Manly. So once touted as the long-term coach, there was supposed to be the plan with Siebes floating off into a GM role, and then Michael Ennis coming through. That was shot down. Michael Ennis actually declined staying on at Manly this year. He's been an assistant coach slash specialist coach now with some really big coaches as well. He spent some time with Ricky Stick at the Raiders, BA at Manly. Spent some time with Siebes at Manly, and now he's at the Dragons with Flano. He's also got, I know this for a fact, got a great report.
BA. Eels with BA. You said Manly.
Sorry. Eels with BA, Manly with Siebes, Dragons with Flano. I know for a fact he's got a great rapport with the senior players.
Yeah.
And the players, the playing group actually absolutely loved him from their time when he was there. And he's a proven winner at multiple clubs, coached by Des and Wayne. So
I think if Matt Ballon's name wasn't thrown in there, Michael Ennis would be probably the front runner.
Ennis.
But because MB is he's embedded with Brisbane and the whole tenure up there and the success up there and being involved in Origin and just being a club great and a great friend with the CEO, it helps a lot.
Yep.
It does help a lot. So Michael Ennis, he's been around the block for a bit now. He's been in the assistant coaching role for some really good teams, as you just said, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's hard going up against Matty Ballon.
Do you think
his footy brain IQ's off the charts?
Do you think it's not? What's the word for it? Do you think he's? I was going to say it's got to be regret. Do you think he regrets moving on from Manly? Because all the chat
this would have been him.
Yeah, in the interim role,
and then probably taken over the whole thing, interim, and then fucking full time.
I think if depends on what the conversations were like with Jason King when he arrived, because you got to remember, Ennis, Seibold, and even Jimmy were all Mestrov people. When Kinga comes in, I believe he was offered a 1-year deal, and he turned that down. But Michael Ennis could have potentially been in the role right now, coaching to see if he could.
I was surprised that he was at the Dragons this year. I didn't know. Obviously, there's a lot of bullshit under the. That we don't know of, but I would have thought that he would have been in this position. I didn't really know that he left until like last week. I didn't know he was St George's assistant coach.
Yeah.
They had that weird plan that was rumoured in the media where he was going to go into that director of football role, and everyone was like, why would they even be forecasting for that?
That was
Seibold.
That was Seibold.
So Seibold goes in, he comes in.
Yeah. It was not.
It doesn't.
The PR around that was just awful. Like it was done so bad. Anyway, so Michael Ennis. All right, next one is Brad Arthur. He started his journey with the Storm in the 20s before moving to Parramatta as an assistant with Steve Kearney. He was a 1-year assistant with us at Manly in 2013. That was the last time we reached the grand final. During that season, Jason King missed the entire season. He had a season-ending injury. I think he might have done AC. It was a lower leg injury. But King often sat in on video sessions with us. Yeah. Brad Arthur was our forwards coach, and King would always do his rehab, come and sit on video sessions. Yeah. I don't know how Jason King feels about Brad Arthur from that time because he wasn't actually playing under him. My gut feeling is there was a mutual respect between the two. That's just the gut feeling. Yeah. So I think that favours BA. That's a tick, sorry, not favours. That's a tick. He started the head coach at Parra in 2014. Club was similar. It was in turmoil, had multiple challenges over the first couple of years, and then he went on to become the longest tenured coach in the Eels history, highlighting making 2 really successful seasons in 21, 22, making the GF before eventually parting ways in 2024. He took over Leeds at the back of 2024, another big club. It was going through a really tough period over there in the Super League, mate. You wouldn't have been aware of that.
It's hard to say. It's hard to think about Leeds going through tough periods.
Yeah, because in our time, they were a big club.
Grand finals. And
exactly right. So they were struggling for a while, a couple of years. 2025, they finished in the top 4. They're currently sitting 5th. So he's done a good job of... There's 2 examples of him going to clubs and getting them back on track. Now, it hasn't gone and he hasn't now won trophies off the back of it, but he has shown that when big clubs are going through turmoil, he's not a bad candidate.
And that's the thing. You're going to go for experienced Brad Arthur. That's it. And then you're going to go with totally new people in the coaching realm, Matt Ballin or Mick Ennis.
Okay.
And that's the choice you're going to have. Brad Arthur, he's tried and tested. He was a Parramatta coach for nearly 10 years and most tenured coach over there. He's got him to a grand final. Like, he's successful. Players love BA. I don't really know him that well, but I've met him a couple of times. Seems like a great bloke. If you put BA in, I wouldn't have a problem with it, right? And I just think it's between probably BA and Matt Ballin.
Okay.
And I'd go with Matt Ballin.
Okay, one last Smoky. Slide down, mate. I've got one more name.
Before you pivot, did you see the interview with BA talking about his son because they got beat by his son's team?
Yeah.
On the weekend, and he's like, he was just real awkward.
I'll be honest. Like that stuff around when you think about this. I was looking at the storyline of BA when I was preparing for this. That was a tough period for him coaching his son and having his sons at the club. And I reckon Flano's going through something similar with Kyle right now because
Ivan's going through something with
he's struggling. Ivan and
Nathan's
struggling.
just fucking really struggling as a player and just sucks out there. Fuck. Terrible.
My advice for anyone who is not Ivan Cleary would be to not even consider having your. You know, he's doing a great job of it. Not to say that I don't know what sort of career he's going to have. Fitzy's at the Sharks.
Eamon's fucking good.
Send him into another club. Let him develop on his own way with another coach. And like I was looking at that and I was like, fuck, that was. A lot of the animosity around BA at the back end after having successful years was in and around Jakey and him being the next option. So
and he playing the grand final too. And then you had like Nathan Brown that not even playing.
But exactly right. And you were really vocal about that, right? So
I'm all right if the player's good enough. That's all.
Exactly. Again, to my point, they've almost got to be perfect 10. Even you look back at the Kevy and Billy Walters part of
at the start. Yeah.
When Kevy was coaching, Billy used to cop it all the time. And I used to say it unfairly so. As soon as Kevy went, everyone started appreciating Billy Walters. First year. He was only playing 20 minutes a game. Yeah. And people were going, fuck, we need to get Billy Walters more time. Wait a minute, he was starting for you for fucking 2 years before. He was still that dude.
People just don't like nepotism.
Correct. So
unless it's Nathan Cleary.
People watch games and wait for errors for kids' son is my point. So that was a tough period for Brad Arthur.
So was he bringing his son over to Manly?
No.
Is that part of the deal?
That was just thrown in by, that was like a curvebloke that I didn't anticipate.
But it's a funny interview.
It was a funny interview.
I like BA if they brought him in, but I just don't think they're going to go back to get a bloke like BA.
All right, Ben Teo is my last one. Currently a free agent with reports multiple clubs are interested in acquiring his service as an assistant. I want to clarify that. He's been an assistant coach at the Dolphins under Wayne before moving to the Broncos under Madge. Originally, it was supposed to be under Kevy. That has been a part of the, disgruntled resignation that he's had recently. Apparently, I seen him in an interview. I don't know if it was the Hello Sports or the Kevy and Dobbo podcast, Inside Ball, where he talked about Madge convinced him going, you're a Bronco, don't let, just because Kevy's moved on, like you're a Bronco, come home and all that sort of stuff. So Madge, Wayne, very early on, 3 or 4 years as an assistant so far. The Bronco players, again, going back to the senior players that I, gave Michael Ennis a tick with, the Broncos senior players or players that were interviewed, after he left clearly were fans of Ben Teo, so that's another big tick towards him. And the style of player, and this is no stats for this, but this is just my memories of going against Ben Teo.
Tough mother.
Ben Teo would have been a Manly legend. And what I mean by that is like everything that he was about as a player.
He just turned into a gun. Seriously. I was like, when Benny Teo was coming through sort of mid-late 2000s.
Yep.
And then he went to the Bronx, or did he go somewhere else after that?
I think he went to the Bronx first.
And he turned into an animal.
Only 39.
Yeah, he's my age.
Benny T. So I was like, well,
so he went Tigers, Brisbane, South, then back to Brisbane.
Yeah, so how long was he at the Tigers for? And what years?
7 and 8.
3. Yeah.
2.
7,
years.
8. Yeah.
2 years and then 9 to 12.
We sort of knew he was coming through. I said, fucking good, out like back row, hits good holes, everything like that. Went to Bronx and was a problem.
Yeah.
Proper. And then he went to South. He fucking took care of business.
They don't get to the grand final without him. That
He
performance
fucking nullified against Sonny Bill. He was the
Huge
only one. Yeah.
So that's the style and
was
player.
peak Sonny Bill.
And I know him a little bit. I don't know him super well. You probably would have met him more times over the years.
Great guy.
His style and personality for me, just knowing people and the way that people speak about him, I think he would fucking really suit Manly.
I didn't see that name on there until I scrolled down.
Smoky.
It's Ben Teo or MB. That's who it is.
Okay.
And the only way that I think, MB is going to get the nod,
Yeah.
because he's a great relationship, playing over 200 games with the CEO, winning 2 premierships, and MB, like, as a coach, is great as well. But just those little things will get you over there.
So do you think it's even, very even between Ben Teo, Arthur, and Thing? So
think
Ennis is the name that you're not as keen on?
Nah.
Okay, so we've got
He's done
Teo.
two good things on Fox Sports as well. I love Mickey Ennis on Fox. You have to give all that up.
I think he would. It
Fucking
feels like he's been
it's a full-time job.
Yeah, I think as in like I think he would prefer that. Is my gut feeling.
You can't be both.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm just saying.
My gut feeling is he'd prefer to be a head coach than be on Fox at this point.
Because he's been about 5-6 years as like assistant, and he's always said he wants to be the head coach.
Yep.
Benny Teo's the same. They're all in the same position apart from Brad Arthur because he's been a head coach for 10 or 15 years. Benny Teo's a smoky. I would love him as the coach, and even if you had Benny Teo just at the club, as your defensive coach.
Yeah.
And you just had MB as because they're in the same building anyway. They obviously get along good together. MB and Benny Teo. They're one's doing defense, one's in attack, and all that kind of stuff.
Ooh, so Matty Ballon bringing Ben Teo as assistant.
Fucking interesting. These young coaches that are in the game now, they're fucking geniuses. It's all about just getting rid of all you
got to get the reps.
Get the reps in, but they have a look what they do. Rolsey comes in, clean shot. Serrato comes in, clean shot. Just to get the players that you want to play with, that you want to coach.
When do they move? So they've given Fozzie 2026. That feels like a long time just to sort of watch the merry-go-round, and there's
4
going
to
to be
6
movements.
weeks, I reckon.
But do you get him in?
Depends on who it is.
What do you get? Who in?
Like Matty Ballon. Let's say our favourite feels like it's Matty Ballon.
No, he finishes the year with Broncos, and he don't come in until fucking the end of the year.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't it? No.
Isn't that a weird dynamic?
Super tricky.
No, it doesn't. The interim just take the.
That's why I reckon Ben Teo is.
That's what they've given him. So they've been very specific on saying we've given Fozzie 2026. But if you're a coach, wouldn't you want to get in there and get your fingers in and start fixing this mess?
No, I think you'll have a little bit. They'll give you 2 years to fix the mess, 3 years to fix a mess. You don't need fucking half a year and then this.
Wouldn't it help? Wouldn't you just want more?
A little bit, but if they give you 3 years, like if you give Ben Teo 3 years, if you give Mick Ennis 3 years, MB 3 years, it's fixable. They're not going to worry about the first year. Right?
It's more so the what's the word for it? Like etiquette and professionalism of not leaving a gig.
Yeah, okay.
for like especially with Matty Ballon, right? If he left right now, it would be fucking chaos for the Broncos.
Stupid.
So that's not in Matty's nature either.
No.
Like I know Matty the human. The Matty Ballon the human would not do that anyway. Even if it meant potentially missing. I think Matty Ballon's character means more to him than just jumping at an opportunity to get into Manly right now. I think he's just not that sort of human.
So
and
is
I think
why you sort of
and also I don't think Manly would want to do that to Matty right now. So It might be.
Which, to my point, is why they've given this 26 grace period to sort of like, it's like a respectful thing because this is who we want. We're going to show our cards early that we're respectful to what you're doing now, but we'd love to have you.
My pick of those 4 would be Brad Arthur.
Yeah.
My pick would be Brad Arthur. And
For experience, that's it. And the coach, can coach.
Loved him as a coach during my time, and he's got the runs on the board. He's the most experienced of them all. He's been through rebuilds. He's been through chaotic cultures, and the stuff that he had to deal with at Parramatta originally. Now, hopefully, he's learned because when you go through periods of that, you can become very bitter as well. And I think there was a part of it at the back end with Parramatta that it got ugly again at the back end of his tenure. But there's learning experiences from that, and like I said, he goes over to Leeds. In my perfect, this would be my dream selection for Manly moving forward. Brad Arthur, head coach.
MB and Ben.
Matty Ballon as assistant for the forwards, and Kieran Foran assistant for the outside backs. That would be my dream.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue with that.
And with Matty, like getting him back at the club now under a different coach, because I know.
Would he come back just to be an assistant?
Maybe, probably not.
Would he stay up there and try and win some more comps?
Potentially, yeah.
And it's already built. His culture's up there. He's learning under MADGE. I don't think he moves unless he's the head coach. To be honest. And Ben Teo, I think Ben Teo can come
just
down.
another. I've got the level seed in here to throw.
Oh yeah, chuck it over. Yeah,
I'm throwing the curly one over here.
Oh, Lukey Live. There you go. Nice.
Shout out to Slade. Shout out to Steeden for Lukey Live.
Yeah, it's good.
Is that a reason for Matty Ballon to potentially? It sounds crazy to even throw this out there, but the pressure that Madge is on currently, at least externally, do you think Matty Ballon's got his eyes on that potentially at the Broncos?
No. Madge is locked in up there.
That's another. He's got another.
That's Dave Donaghy's guy.
3 years.
Yeah, they're attached. It's like when the CEO and you bring someone in, fucking
when you win a comp,
don't get caught up in all the comments section.
Hey, I'm just
fucking
throwing a few curls.
Madge just won a comp last year.
He's got another fucking 4 years. He's got another 4 years to fuck around, Madge.
No, that was
you win a comp.
That was the curly one.
No, that was end over end. It was 2 straight.
Yeah, it was.
Better cut out.
I'm a right to left guy.
You got to get it me.
Lukey's always trying to get us to do this, all this rumour stuff.
I don't do fucking rumours. I do facts.
We're just talking about the fucking coaches that there's vacancies right now, not who could go. Come on, you better than that, Lukey.
Come on, mate.
Chat loves it.
This ain't Lukey Live, mate.
Don't start that chat stuff too, mate. You keep that on
I don't
Lukey
do the
Live.
chat, mate.
You keep that on Lukey Live with your mate. What's I Show Speed?
And fucking Neon.
All right,
pussy.
All right, those are 4 candidates. I guess there are any others that you see.
They're in a good position. There's some fucking really good candidates out there. They just need to really be get the right man. Well, and I think Kinga will do that.
Well, it's like what you've said at the start of the season. The 2 coaches that were under the most pressure, Todd Payton and Seibold.
Yeah.
Rocket, they just beat Melbourne.
Yeah.
That was one of the factors that led to Seibold sticking around last year when Manly beat Melbourne, I believe it was. They went on this 2. They beat the Tigers, and I think they beat Melbourne.
Look all right. They look all right.
Then back into last year, there was a lot of pressure, and that sort of bought him that extra little bit of time.
I feel like they won. We'll get this up. Let's get the draw.
And they should have beat the Titans the other week. Like they should be on 6 points. And that's all right.
All right, we're going back.
But the Vegas was debacle.
Yeah.
Fucking, but everything else, they've won 2, lost 1.
They won the last 3.
But my point being is like there's going to be on the merry-go-round, there's going to be people getting on and off. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
There
and
we
that's
go. The last 3 games, so round 22, they lost 20-4 in that wet weather game against the Roosters. Then they lost to the Raiders down in Canberra 28-12. Then they lost to the Tigers at Allianz. That was an ugly game. Then they pumped the Dolphins 58-30 in Chez's 350th. Beat the Dragons down at Jubilee 40-24. And then beat the Wires. Scraped home against the Wires in the last game 27-26.
Anyway, Manly, just get your shit together. We're used to seeing you guys in the top 8 and fucking dominating the game. So get your coaching right.
All right, let's go from Manly's vacated coaching role to Madge. We'll go back to the MADGE intensity that we talked about. This is one of the YouTube replies that we got. I'm just looking, that we got from last episode. Floozer, sup lads, interesting chat. You want to back?
No, if
I don't mind it.
He's got his hands up, huh?
Just going to be sitting there like that. Sup lads, interesting chat on MADGE and dropping the shoulders. You mentioned Cheese and his experience with the Kiwis camp, getting flogged but achieving a good result from it. Is it the length of time the issue? Yeah, a few weeks of pure shoulders up mentality has its pros, but does that kind of aggression and pressure work over the course of a whole year with young people these days? Okay, Mace, I want to ask you 2 questions off the back of this.
Yep.
Tell me why the issue for Cheese with you doing multiple tours at the back end of the year, why you just want someone to just drop the shoulders and a more of an easygoing coach during that period.
Most of the time they are. I've never had a coach like on 10-week kangaroo tours, 6-week kangaroo tours, or whatever. I've been on 5. You don't
get pumped.
You don't get pumped, mate. It's more condition games.
Yep.
You're working hard in the weight room just to maintain, because you've already had a preseason. You've had all these. You played. Most of us have played Origin. You've had big runs into the semi-finals. Some of them have been lucky enough to win the grand final.
Yep.
So you're fit, you're strong, you're healthy. And you don't
Is
really...
it more about combinations and just
mate.
work?
And I think it's, and I was blessed to play in those teams where, you have Andrew Johnson, a Darren Lockie, and a Billy Slater, and a Danny Badiris, a Cam Smith, JT, Greg Inglis, Mark Gasnier. That's just your back line, right? Forwards hold the fort. We used to just do our thing. It was mainly condition games, right? Just playing games, and it'd be barely any contact.
So would that have done your head in if you'd done wrestle
and I think the leadership group would have just went, Lockie, no.
Yeah.
So I was Chris Anderson, not a chance.
Yep.
Ricky Stewart, you think Ricky Stewart would be? No way.
Yeah.
No.
Not on Australian tour.
No. Wayne Bennett, no way.
Yeah.
Craig Bellamy was the one amongst those things. No.
Was he assistant
coach? Yeah.
Yep.
Stevie Walters was a part of those things. Kevy, the box was great. So it was mainly just a lot of ball work, right? Yeah. Ball work, like at a high level, right? A high level. The emus would go against you. The only contact you do that is if you're going against left on rights, and that's like 60%.
Yep.
It wasn't fucking anywhere near. You put a fucking hit on in those things, you like fuck. Idiot, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you just, because you're already match fit, you're already battle hardened, and you don't need any more contact.
All right, let's get to a full season. Because you are also, and you're a great example of this as well, the Bulldogs era with your man, that was, Gary
Carden. Steve Folkes was all about it, mate.
Yep.
Folkes was just all about that.
The intensity and the tough training that you got as youngsters, you guys can relate. You won a grand final. Yeah. It got you the ultimate
prize.
Ultimate prize and getting you the premiership.
Yep.
But did that get old? That physical training. Did you ever go, fuck, I'm over this because you were training so hard?
And I think Madge is a little bit a step above.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought what I've heard. I'm really good friends with Sammy Burgess, and he's told me some stories about the intensity and the amount and how long the intensity went for. Right. Yeah. You're talking 2.5 hours on the pitch and just being out there, and a couple of times a week.
Yeah.
We
so in comparison to other teams, I want to give people more context.
Yeah, so just say the early 2000s, the team that we built, we fucking loved going at each other.
Yeah,
because we had a bunch of alphas. You had himself, you had Andrew Ryan, you had Mark O'Mealy.
So the intensity was there, but the longevity, timing wasn't as long.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No, it was fucking because get it right.
Yeah.
So right, you don't come into these sessions and go half-hearted. They'll go for longer. You know what I mean? So you just get in there.
And also one more thing, once you've established yourselves, did you receive a little carrot? Because I remember you would always tell me, and even Ren said this, when you first started, the Gary Cardinal, so I always forget his name. Gary Cardinal. Yeah. How do I say
Carden.
Carden, sorry. Yeah. And Billy Johnston.
Yeah. And then Scotty Campbell was the main one for
So you got fucking tortured when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Once you got the runs on the board, did they just drop the shoulders a touch?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we got fucking pumped through like 17, 18, 19. Then they tried to train you that hard as a young kid. Then when you got up to first grade to deal with the Billy Johnsons and the Scott Campbells, you could deal with it. But the intensity was just always at a maximum when we trained, right? We trained harder we try to train harder than the game. And back then, you could. It's very hard to fucking replicate game speed right now in today's game.
Do you reckon you were ahead of the curve with that? Like
I think so.
training?
I think so, yeah.
Bulldogs and the Roosters and all that
Because you talk about, I always say iron sharpens iron, right? And it's not a fucking thing I love saying. It works, mate.
Yeah.
You know, like me against Sonny Bill, against Marco Mealy, Steve Price, Roy Asatasi, Rennie Matua, Andrew Ryan, and split that up in between the outside backs and go fucking at each other as hard as you can. You know, like, and it would just, you know, like the hits were as harder than like playing against some of the lesser teams that were way lesser than us, right? Back then in the 2000s, there was like your top 6 really good teams. It was us, the Roosters, Penrith, Warriors, Brisbane, Penrith, to say Penrith, like those guys, we were real dominant, right? And then the rest were like, you know, they were good. They were all coming up. Yeah, every year.
generation goes through that.
But like everybody, the training is pretty much the same. It's like it's pretty even out there now, right? So it's obviously a game of fatigue and everything like that. But like, I'm not running up against like getting hit by Sonny Bill when I'm playing against South back then in 2002, or you know the Titans or the Tigers, you know, like or Canberra even so. Like when I'm going up against Marco Mealy and we're fucking trying to knock each other out, or Roy Asatasi or something like that. It's just I'm getting hit harder at training than I am in the game, right? So when we got to a game,
but that seems like that's a physical thing, more so than it feels like the chat and the unrest around MADGE from both, not just currently the Broncos, but also the South team, was that it was just intense every session, all the time, long days,
and
long
just
hours.
And ours was, we would have probably one of those sessions a week.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
like, and it was like probably about Wednesday or something like that, and we would just go at each other. We'd love to go. We loved it. We wanted to do it because it wasn't two or three times a week.
Yeah.
Like Foxy was intense, and and we used to do it under fatigue, right? And it wasn't just a bash up like between players. So it was always under fatigue. So we'd do like those coat hangers. We'd do four coat hangers in 40 seconds, and then plus a full Malcolm, then into the fucking into the intensity
6 on 6 or whatever.
Yeah, like 8 on 8, 8 on 8, and do that 4 times. And so you're doing the shit under fatigue, and everything has to be near perfect, right? Because you're fucked. Well, the fourth rep, and we used to do that once a week pretty much. And like, so like there was never ever, let's just say your pre-seasons now, you're getting pumped. So you got to get all your reps in and get hammered in during the pre-season, right? And then so the season, you just sort of maintain it. With MADGE, doesn't stop.
Okay, here's my next question.
From pre-season all the way to round 26.
Here's my next question for you. Even though there are South legends, they haven't just, like you mentioned Sam before,
I'm talking
he's
guys,
not the only
so
one.
I'm talking about a guy like Sam Burgess relishes in that shit. He fucking loves it. He don't care. But when he was banged up a little bit, he still had to do it. Where just say if you were banged up and everything like that, even when I was under Wayne, like it was like the 30-year-old rule. You over 30, you just go fucking walk some laps or something like that. Go, or just get off the field.
But in saying that was, again, similar to the Broncos, and this is where it sort of goes back to like MADGE has got trophies because of it. Yeah. Do you think any of those? What do you reckon if you ask those guys now, specifically the South guys, because the Broncos are still going through
South,
which people want to be a part of it, which people, this is getting a bit too much. I'm over this. Maybe I could find a place where we could train a little bit easier, but not necessarily get results. How do you think the South players now view MADGE, even though they would have hated it in the moment? But they've got one of the more historic grand finals in NRL history.
I reckon they probably go, we could have won more.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if we weren't so banged up and if we weren't so fatigued about
But what about the argument that they might not even got there?
I know. There's a lot of little factors here. And I don't know MADGE. I only hear rumours and they're from fucking legit people that have been under his tenure for years, like with GI and with Sam. They just said, bruh, it's just intense, man, every day. Like there's no like real off day. And even when you're doing little things like just say your left on rights and everything like that, where it's mainly you get your movements and everything like that, that's at 100%. Yeah. Right. It's not really at 100% most clubs. You just sort of get through your reps, your movement's got to be really good. He's like, fuck, you got to be in there. And especially that it takes its toll on the middles, mate. Because the middles and
if you've got niggling injuries.
And to say, and this, I always say something like, I always say this, middles are responsible for everything. You have big, fit, strong middles. You dominate the game. Doesn't matter when you go back from when you have a look at the middles for South. Have a look at the middles that Brisbane's got right now. Big, strong, mobile middles who are fucking fitter than everyone because they train at a level where it's harder than most games. That's why they can go out there and start playing with fucking house money. Like, you know, look at Carrigan on the weekend.
But you need to be healthy.
But you need to be healthy. But you need to be healthy. That's the thing. So when you're getting little niggles, when we saw it last year when Payne was fucked in during the Origin year, we still played on the weekend.
You expected in the finals, maybe around that Origin period, you're like, fuck, could they give him a rest?
Yeah, but then at the back end of your career, that's when it starts hurting. You don't get to 35 or 36. You get to 32 and you're nearly thinking about wrapping it. You know, like Sammy Burgess. How old was he when he wrapped it?
About that.
Yes, right? And that was because he would come here in 2010. 10. So 10, 11. So when did Madge get there?
13.
So he got there. So he didn't really stop, right? Till about, what year did you try? 18, 19? About 18?
Yeah, so
busted the back end.
He left after the grand final in 14, went to Union for a year and a half.
In 15, come back 16, 17, 18. 17. That's when it starts going. What you did in 2014, 15, 13, 14, 15 catches up in the later part of the year because your body's fucked. Best abilities, availability, as we say.
Yep.
You know, like GI. He medically retired 2 of the greats.
He was a factor.
It was a factor,
Yeah,
mate. It was a fucking big factor.
And they attributed that to again, I don't know, Sammy.
And I'm not saying Madge himself, but you're under the tenure of the head coach.
I'll explain it for you. Like GI, you've had conversations. Yeah, they retired probably a little bit earlier than what they would have anticipated. And a factor is because they mentioned how intense his training sessions were.
You talk about GI's, his knee's been bone on bone since fucking 2008.
He also had hard preseasons in Melbourne too, though.
Oh, mate, yeah, but I'm just saying. So GI back in the back end of his career, if they had Wayne Bennett, he would have played a lot longer, and so would have Sam Burgess. Because the reason why my second tenure in the game, right? While I was 32, I played till I was 36, 3 years under Wayne, right? Played some of my best football up there, but was ready for the game because the main thing is game.
Get the body
Are you ready for the game, Willie? Yeah. Fuck the training. Yeah, you do the training, you do all the preseason and everything like that. But when it comes to the contact and stuff like that, we're in the pool.
Yeah.
Me, Bo Scott, Jeremy Smith, Kirk Gidley, all the old school guys that have played over 200 games and were successful in the game because he knows you're ready for the 80-minute battle that's coming up. I don't have to train on a Tuesday when there's the hardest. You know how hard Tuesdays are? Yeah. Tuesday's a bit of a bash up. Yeah, they are. Payne Arce is doing every session. Carrigan's doing every session. These guys are in their peak at the moment right now. 26, don't give a fuck. You just fucking play, you train, you don't give a shit. You do whatever you want. You're unbeatable. You get to 30, right? Then we'll have another conversation about 3 or 4 years where they're heading. Are they still playing Origin? They fucking dip down, their form, everything like that. So I don't care what I'm seeing now. You're hearing rumours about how Madge is training, only because of the South shit. And a couple of players are sort of whinging and all that kind of shit. It's happening, right? It's happening. Madge is Madge. And I don't think he's fucking eased up and learnt from his West Tigers fuck up and his South, little South, the back end of South. I think he's just gone, fucking deal with it. It works. Buy in or fuck off. I think he's like that.
Okay,
and
last little bit.
Sorry, my little fucking conversation with him about Origin, I can see what sort of human he is. He ain't backing down. He's fucking full eye contact. Fucking, I can see in the way that he speaks, I see the way his actions are, and he's fucking all about it, mate. And if you don't buy in, you're not getting picked.
But you loved it, right?
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I would love to get coached by Madge. So would Ogre. So would all these guys because we're built like that.
But what about if you Tuesday on the mats at 35?
Don't give a fuck, mate. Yeah, not 35. Not 35. Get me off from that. But like in your prime, in your prime when we had Folksy and stuff like that, he was like Madge. Yeah. He's fucking. Gotcha. He don't talk that much. It's just part of the fucking game. It's part of the game. You train as hard. You train harder than you play. It's all that old school mentality. And the Bulldogs were known for that shit. And he's like that, mate.
Last little bit. So Nathan Cleary said on the Hello Sports podcast with regards to the Broncos, the first time he'd played them, and he felt like they were the fittest team against the Panthers.
Yeah. That's fucking scary.
We glow. Everyone is just being so complimentary of Penrith during this 5 to 6 year tenure. Even you've told me examples of how Ciro arrived at the Bulldogs and trying to create the culture at the Bulldogs that the Panthers have had with regards to their training, the intensity that they have trained. Why has no one ever complained from Penrith?
Winning.
That's it?
Yep. If you win 4 comps in a row, you do not fucking have the right to complain. You just don't.
You see results.
You see results and you're like, it works.
But that's what the Broncos just saw.
Well, that's what I can't understand. I'm like, fucking just buy in, mate. You bought in last year. You fucking won. You're buying again this year. You'll fucking go back to back. That's what you'll do. You could possibly go back to back. Shut up. And this is the fucking rumors from the fucking journos up there, right? Just because they've started off a little bit shit. If they're 3-0, no one's saying shit, right? It's just because they come out of the blocks a little bit slow. They got beaten the fucking the club challenge and, they come out a little bit slow. That's all. It just takes a little bit, mate. They just need to bite down on the mouth guard every fucking session and just deal with it. Because you know what? You won a premiership last year. You didn't come last. You don't know who, you're not trying to build a culture. You're not, your identity, oh my God, who are we? You're fucking the Broncos, mate. And you are an outstanding team. It should go nearly back to back.
They're 2 from 2. They're 2 from 4 now.
I'm like, what are you? And it's not coming from any players. It's coming from fucking journos. They're all saying, oh, he's going too hard. Shut up. I don't care. Unless it's coming from Payne Haas's fucking mouth or Carrigan or fucking Reynolds or Ben Hunt, Staggs, all these fucking guys who actually matter. If it's coming from someone who's whinging to the fucking journos, get those fucking little sooks out of the club.
Well said.
Fuck.
All right, let's get
Be mindful of our timing. That's all.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yep. All right, let's get to our 4 Pines Day in the Trot at Royal Ramwood. This
When's this Saturday?
Next Saturday, Mace, the 4th of April. We'll be there from 12 till 6 p.m. We'll be at the Riders Club, Members Reserve. We have the link in bio.
That is this Saturday.
Sorry, it is this Saturday.
What am I doing?
It is this Saturday.
Come on, Aussie.
All right, here is...
It's the 30th of March, yeah.
We'll brush that one because we're running a little bit for time.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Willie Peters. Also, the hip drop. Nah, fuck, it does my head in. I can't be bothered talking about that. Willie Peters set to be named as first PNG's chief coach. Willie Peters is set to be unveiled. That is all but done. The 47-year-old former South Sydney Dragons halfback has been in charge of Super League's Hull KR for 4 seasons. They won every trophy possible last year. But on Friday morning, reports emerged that Peters is expected to be announced as a coach of the NRL's 19th side ahead of its maiden season. Do you like the move for PNG, Mace?
I love it. He's obviously he's won everything in the last couple of years, Willie Peters. He's been he's done his apprenticeship over here. He was in I reckon 10 years or maybe
felt like it.
Yeah, 10 years as assistant coach. Some great coaches there. Went over the Hull KR, changed the whole culture over there, won everything, and now he's going to be the head coach for inaugural PNG side, which is outstanding. And I think he can attract players. I think people want to be coached by Willie Peters.
I agree. Great reputation. I spoke to players who were on the Ashes tour when we were over there. They frothed him. They really liked him. We'll have a chat to Money, actually. I'm going to ask Money specifically what makes Willie. I love Willie. Because he loved the detail that Willie provided whilst he was over there as well. Do you like the move from Willie Peters, though? Going to be a really tough job, mate.
Tough job. And, you got to hopefully he signed what did he sign up? I'd give him a 5-year deal.
I don't think it's 100% been confirmed what the deal is yet, but
it'd be something. I don't know, 3 to 5 year deal. I love it from Willie. It's an inaugural club. Like it's the first year. You want to be part of history.
Yep.
He's going to go down in history. Who was the first coach for the PNG?
There was a statement just released by Hull KR since we've been live.
Yep.
Keep going.
I saw that before. It doesn't say. We need Shamus to tell us what the deal is from their side.
Yeah, okay.
All that article is that he's told Hull KR that he'll be moving on at the end of the year.
And they should be able to. They should let him go with in good spirits, right?
Yep.
He's just won them everything, so he's changed the whole culture there. So Willie Peters, I think it's a great move for him.
Would he be your top candidate as well? The names that were thrown about.
I thought he was going to go to Manly.
Okay, yep.
I thought that was it, and then I hear the news here. That's a great scout for PNG.
Jason Demetrio is currently the head coach for the PNG national team.
Yeah.
Adrian Lamb is at Papua New Guinea and
got to get Adrian Lamb somewhere on your coaching
You
staff.
think so? He's done a good job over at Leeds as well.
He's a great human, and he's one of the greatest criminals of all time.
I would have thought he would have got it for sure. But I'm not. Willie Peters is a great selection by.
It's very important for him to pick his coaching staff.
Yep.
Get some really great humans there. Great footy IQ attracts some players. So all these other coaching pieces can attract other players.
Yeah.
You know, so I think Willie can obviously he's got that the English connection over there, and he's got great respect over here. Dimitri's still got contacts here. Adrian Lamb, so they need to they just need to recruit properly.
All right, the recruits looks like it could be starting really quickly too. So Alex Johnston has done a bit of a he's been on a few different media platforms, podcasts and shows off the back of obviously breaking the Ken Irvine record, the leading try scorer. And he alluded to it that he has basically got the blessing of South Wayne and will most likely be the top candidate or top player or first signing for the Papua New Guinea. Anyone else sort of stand out for you? Like I know you've tossed up Xavier Coates before, but Xavier Coates is not to say that
I think potentially not in the inaugural season, but I think you potentially end up there.
Well, Xavier Coates selected Australia over PNG last year in the Pac Champs, and the fans weren't obviously they didn't like that, but that would change if he was to come back and play for the Hunters for sure. I just can't see a world in where Melbourne let Xavier Coates go.
No. I think eventually he'll be over there, but I don't think in the next 3 years.
Maybe
because he was the best winger in the world last year.
I started looking at some names over in the Super League that would have made sense. Jez Litton, the hooker from Hulk AR, I really like him. He signed until 2029. He only re-signed in both Jez Litton and Mikey Lewis re-signed for Hulk AR last year in September. Jez Litton's 2029, Mikey Lewis is 2030. And the other one who I thought would be someone that they'll target for sure is Edwin Pape. He's at Lee Leopards with Adrian Lamb, and he signed in February 2025. Like those are the three names from the Super League that stood out for me. But all three of those guys.
Interesting, isn't it? Like who's available in on NRL rosters. When are they coming in? 29?
I've got some of the names here. 20, we'll quickly go through
28?
them.
So
28.
Yeah, 28. So I've got players off contract in 27 that would be available from November 1. So without going through all of them, there's a lot in here. There's almost like 12 of the Broncos, 12 of the Raiders.
Who would you think?
The standout, not that they would be the standouts to go to PNG, but the best name for the Broncos for me would be probably Xavier Willison. Raiders, Hudson Young, Matty Burton for the Dogs, Britton Nicketa for the Sharks, Herbie Farnworth for the Dolphins. So, you can go through right now, and there are a number of players now. I'd imagine all those teams would be trying to, especially those names. Xavier Coates is
X ain't going anywhere for Brisbane.
Yeah,
so if they're losing.
And I don't think the Dolphins are in a hurry to get rid of Herbie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Herbie's not going to be on the scrap heap.
All right, let's get to the games.
Yep.
And another little one too, just quickly. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, 2-year deal.
No way.
Wakey till I die.
What the fuck's he doing?
Wakey Trinity. What's wrong with that, mate?
Oh, mate, he could fucking easily play here.
Cats for life.
I think it's probably I'm not bagging the Cats or anything like that. I love Wakey. I love Wakey. I love playing at Wakey Oval. It's awesome. It was great. It was only minus 5 degrees.
It's been done up.
It was only minus 5 degrees.
It's been done up.
Remember that? We've been just give me the fuck out of here. Yeah. So I just think I just want to get out of the NRL and
I think
New Zealand and
he's great mates with Jazz Tavanga.
Yeah, just experience.
I think he's great mates with Jazz Tavanga.
Yeah, how old is he? 30, 32,
33.
So he could play, I reckon, easy.
They got marquee players over
4 years over there.
I reckon he could
fucking dominate.
I reckon he could have got as much as maybe 300, 350 quid.
He is an absolute gun. Still now. He is back.
He's playing good this season.
He's back. So I think great decision, actually. It's good for Super League. He goes over there. I reckon he could play 4 years at centre, fullback, whatever. You are not touching him.
Yeah, the Cats.
He is that quick. Imagine him on a sweep, right? Going from fucking right to left and just breaking someone's ankles off his left foot. That is going to happen at least 40 times.
Got a good young. There's a team over there for Wakey. He could be the final piece to finally get him some. No exaggeration.
It's good when you see that, and it's good. Hulk AR winning. Wakey. Wakey wins.
It'd be awesome to see
Wakey. Those big dogs always win. So
back over there for a Challenge Cup final if Wakey make it.
Wakey.
You get invited, won't you?
Worst signing in Wakey history. Roosters 33 defeat the Seagulls 16. The Roosters were 49 for 51, Mace, 96%. But they didn't tuck it under the wing as well. Just short interchanging, nice controlled offloads. The only thing really missing for the Roosters in this game was a little bit of icing with a Ches field goal or a Ches try, but he would have loved it, mate. It was a cool moment for me to catch up with him after the game, have a chat to him for SEN. And you could tell, I didn't really speak to him much throughout the week. You could tell he was relieved it was done.
Yeah, he would have looked at this as soon as he signed with the Roosters and went, when am I playing the Eagles? Just get it out of the way. Like, I understand exactly what he went through. Just like, when are we playing? It was glad. I think it was about round 4 too.
Yep.
Yeah. And they got to play the Bulldogs. Like, fuck, just get out of the way. You're playing against some of your fucking closest mates.
Yeah.
It sucks because it's like, it's an administration thing. You know, when you leave for an administration thing, not for anything else, it fucking hurts. And to get there, to go to Brookie and fucking win like that.
What about the time?
I was all for him because of being in that position.
Yeah.
I fucking hope you win, mate. Just so you can just go, fuck you.
Yeah.
To not to the players, to the administration.
Yeah, for sure. He said everything the right way, but yeah, there would be frustrations for sure. What about the timing of how everything played out over the weekend, eh? So on Friday, doing commentary and calling on the booth with Braith was Michael Ennis and Foz when the story broke. And Michael Ennis is wearing a fucking Manly tie too, by the way.
It broke on Thursday.
Friday.
Was it Friday? Okay, straight after this game.
Yep. So about 6 o'clock because I was watching the Tigers game, and then just before halftime, Vossi announced it.
I was at the bar.
Yeah, Vossi announced it. So then Kieran and Michael Ennis are doing the show for Fox, and then Fox would be frothing this. I'd already spoke to Ches early on in the week, and I can confirm this 100%. He said this on the show last night. Yeah. Sometimes people think it's bullshit. He goes, we're talking about biplanes and stuff. And he goes, I'll let you know how I go this weekend. I'm on the show with Maddie on Sunday. Yeah. The timing of how it all worked couldn't have been perfect for Fox. They must have been absolutely frothing it. But yeah, I reckon a big part of it, I said this before, I reckon it was a huge part of the decision was it was such a big occasion for everyone at Manly because Ches was returning. They were desperate to win. They weren't looking like the game against South was good. The games against the Warriors and Panthers were poor. So it's not like they were the Roosters, these Mecca Roosters. And I think that played a part in the decision around Siebes as well.
They just played basic football. Played to their strengths. Nafahu White was outstanding.
Yep.
Their middles were good. You know, their outside backs, Toya, Wong, you know, like their right edge, everything like that just sort of worked. They're a decent team. You just got to play to your strengths. Marky Mark was all right.
Yeah, he had a bounce back game.
Better game.
Yeah, because he had a rough night against Milky Jenkins.
Once they find out, how figure out the halves and everything like that, they'll be good. There's a team there to like make the top 8. That's why a lot of people have picked them in their top 8.
He was super dialed in.
Good.
When Sammy Walker went off after having the head clash with Celeste Fichetti, I seen him. Ches was walking up the tunnel was just barking instructions at Hugo Savala, who, by the way, did another great job. What's his name? Robbo and Teddy were speaking glowingly about him after the game. They're really trying to manage this as well.
It's hard.
Hugo Savala, a lot of the Roosters fans have been really split with the Ches signing. Hugo Savala looks to be a real promising player for the Roosters. But, man, when I see him live in person, I seen him again down, I keep going back to it. He's got some Mosiah Yo about him.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't maybe start off as a halfback or continue his progression and development at the Roosters with Sam Walker as a half, especially when Ches is removed from the situation, whether it be this year or next year. But I think long-term he could become a Yowie for them. Yeah. I really do.
He's got the skill set.
Got a mad skill set.
What is he, 6'3"? Is your height?
He's a centimetre
taller
shorter.
than me.
Really? Centimetre shorter. He's 174, 6'4".
Shit.
There's no what? Oh, yeah, so taller.
6'4", yeah.
Taller, yeah.
Yoey's got a centimetre
He said me. He said
I think 6'4". He'd be, I reckon, once he develops.
He's not 174 because I'm 190 and I'm 6'3".
He's according to Sydney Roosters, 174.
He must be 194.
194.
He must be 194.
Sorry, 194.
Get off ChatGPT, mate.
194.
Ricky, man.
194.
Too concentrated on looking live lately.
Randy's
He's dropping the
174.
standards.
I'm saying 7. I'm looking at a 9.
Dyslexic. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I looked at him and I said he's big, he's got a skill set. It's just different playing in the middle. That's all it is.
I gave there was a couple of good performances. I gave Rob Toya our man of the match for SEN. In the last 3 weeks, he's gone up. First game back, gets Latrell. Then he got Casey McLean.
Yep.
And Tolu Kola.
Yeah, 3 of the best. Tolu Kola's a problem.
So here's my thing, and we're going to get to this. I want to talk more about it as we go down as well because we'll get to it. I said to him, it's arguably the toughest start that you can get to start a season in terms of like the left centers that you're going to go against in a
He's going
3-game
against
period.
the best.
He's handled himself well. He got dusted by Tolu a couple of times, but Tolu's got that in his game. Yeah. I think with the 6 against, we are returning to the era, and we'll get to more, like I said in a bit, the return of strike centers.
Yeah. Yep.
Because in the wrestle area, the wrestle era,
Yep.
It becomes so controlled and the opportunities out wide just weren't there. The one positive from 6 agains are ruck, in behind, identify a quick play of the ball, smash the middle. As soon as you get everyone congested and compressed, whooshka.
Yep.
Couple of times, Ches just went out the back to Rob Toya, wide space, bang, off the right foot,
That's a
skip
perfect,
on the outside.
That is exactly what's going on.
Tolu Kola did the same to Rob Toya a couple of minutes later. So, yeah,
that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Because the ruck speed is lightning. And so if you're not, and as I said, back to the Penrith thing, if you're not controlling the ruck, you're not getting your line org proper, right? People are coming back to the wrong side. People are going back to the open side. You're not doing anything. And then these guys like Harry Grant who can throw a 20, 30-metre laser straight to the half, and then you're going boom, boom, out the back, straight to a centre, one-on-one, right? Back rolls. How many times back roll just run into clear space?
Yeah.
Like our man Adam Howe.
Yeah, because they're worried about...
Yeah, because they're not retreating quick enough, and then if you've got great attackers, they're just going to be pushing flat, and then everyone's got a strike centre, right? And if you don't win the ruck, if you don't win that ruck, you are going to get in big trouble. That's where the momentum comes in. And that's where if you got a Kola and you got a Toya, you got a Latrell, you got these guys that are just dynamite. You just need them one-on-one.
Yeah.
And it's the 9, right? It's the 9 who can see where the gaps are. Like Harry Grant. See that ball from Harry Grant the weekend? Yeah. Oh, my God.
Quadruple cutout.
Yeah, but like he can see everything. And it's so important. This is the 9s are coming back into the game, right? Because they're seeing so many quick play balls. How many one-arm scoops are you seeing from Harry Grant? He don't even care about picking it 2 hands. He's just going... scope and whatever, he's IQ, he sees everything. He sees where a 4-man is. He knows the middles. If the middles are scattered, he'll run in behind and he'll go short to the middle going here like that. And if he goes through, he goes straight to Munster, he goes straight to Jerome Hughes. So all the good 9s are doing that. So the 9s are coming back into the game and they're dominating games where before the 9s got a little bit nullified because of the wrestle. Like Damien Cook was outstanding. Why? Whenever South got the ascendancy in the middle.
Yeah.
So you get Cook into a great side now. He'd still carve up. He's still going good.
Yep.
If you can win the middle, right? But St George barely win the middle.
Yep.
So it's great to see. And they do that. They have their moments.
Last couple of weeks,
They have their moments.
It's been icing inside the 20 that's been the problem for the
it's a problem, But like Harry Grant and all these other great 9s, they're having a field day.
Watching Manly, what were your thoughts on Manly? Like what was sort of missing for them on the weekend?
I don't know. Their middle, I mean, just didn't look like they were... I don't know, like Kola looked like the only danger man. That try he scored, that was outstanding too.
Yeah.
Outstanding. The balance and the pace. And
I think he tricked himself when he stumbled and beat Teddy. I don't think he even think he's...
No.
But it was wet conditions as well.
Yeah, I mean, Paseka, Mahamole, like just in and out of games, it was just like they didn't get any momentum. It was hard for them. Brooks, Fogarty, it's like they got zero direction.
Fans are desperate for Walsh.
I don't know what's happening.
Joey Walsh. I think there was reports that the decision not to play Walsh was a big part of the Siebes sacking as well. Right now,
Where do you put him? And who gets dropped? Brooks?
maybe not completely dropped, but
Someone needs to be dropped.
one of those guys could potentially move to hooker to account for Walsh. But I understand the reasoning behind not playing Walsh as well. Like,
He's young. He's not tried and tested, mate.
There's a lot of pressure and anxiety around Manly right now, and the fans right now have high expectations for Joey Walsh.
I could put Brooks at 9.
If they get 6 weeks in and they still not getting results, we're talking about Dogs fans before. Manly fans can equally turn on you really quick.
Oh, yeah. Most clubs. Apart
So
from Newcastle.
I wonder how Foz. I wonder what Foz does. My gut feeling is, and knowing and him being a senior player and people backing him throughout his career, he talked a lot about Desi backing him later in his career. I think Foz gives this playing group an extra couple of games to see if they can.
So I'm just looking at the stats for Manly. Who was the other prop?
Jakey and Hetherington.
They were the starting props?
Yep.
Where was Paseka?
Paseka.
Yeah?
It's Paseka, Hetherington, and Jakey.
Yeah, that's the middle eight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just something's missing there. Jakey and Hetherington are similar players.
Do you think
Very defensively orientated.
Do you think it's
Takayaho needs to be back. I know he's.
Yeah, I seen him after the game.
They miss him,
Yeah.
and then you can put Hetherington back to the bench. Then you got Jakey at lock, and he can just ball play a little bit more, be that connect guy through the middle where Hetherington can't. So if you got Takayaho who's got great footwork, Paseka looks like he's playing really good football. He's just fucking smashing it into him, and he's using his size. Takayaho can get a little bit wider, and then you got Jakey through the middle. It fucks up the whole balance of the team when Jake's at front row, because Jake and Jack and Hetherington.
No, Jakey was 13.
No, but I'm just saying they're similar players, right?
Yeah.
You know, Kobe Hetherington's doing his job. Jake does his. It's very similar, right? They're very defensive orientated. They're not much with the ball.
Yeah.
Where Takiaho and Paseka will give you both 150 of the best, and then Jake can be just that connect guy with the leads of Paseka in the back. You know, the guy he can do that. He get about 15 to 20 touches, probably do about 6 or 7 runs like he usually does, and 40 tackles. That's the Jake Trbojevic that can still be that guy. It's just the balance of the whole team is fucking all over the shop because of Takeo, and they don't have another prop.
We got Bullymore.
Yeah, but he's a good bench player, mate.
Yeah. Who's the other one? Paul Bryan played limited minutes on the weekend.
The other fellow, who's it?
Simeone. Liafi.
I like him. He runs with some fucking balls.
He got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He got 15
He just needs to get his minutes up. Just to get his minutes up. I'd nearly start him.
Bullymore didn't play on the weekend, actually.
I'd nearly start the young brother.
Yeah.
And just to get it going and get him off Jakey. And the only guy who can ball play in that forward pack is Jake. And it's so important, if you got a guy like Jake Trbojevic, to how to use him properly.
Yeah.
He's not going to get the ball off the 9 and fucking give you like per second meters. He's just like he'll get you a quick play the ball maybe.
Yeah.
But like he needs to be that guy, wide ball, fucking lead runner, someone out the back. That's what Jake Trbojevic does.
We'll see what Fozzie does anyway coming up this week because it's been a huge week for Manly, and we'll see if they get a response with Foz being if they play like Fozzie. I think there's going to be a response for sure this week. They've got the Dolphins at KO Stadium. Tough away trip. We'll see how that goes. I'm really intrigued. All right, let's get the Tigers 32 defeating the Warriors 14. Adam D. That's Adam Dewey's burn account too.
Yeah,
he says, Jock Madden apology form has been faxed to Levels headquarters. Cheers. By the way, I just want to start off with this. Jock Madden lost his grandfather throughout the week as well.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Went over there, said that his grandfather would have loved him to have continued and played for this. So what a performance by Jock Madden. And I'm going to call them, because Adam Dewey come out at the start of the season and called him and Luai Batman and Robin.
Fuck, mate.
This is Batman and Alfred. Alfred. Jockey Madden. He's the ever reliable one there.
Alfred.
Because those two guys and Batman and Alfred worked really well together for fucking a long time in the Batman world. But Dewey,
what position is Dewey, mate? He's just a footballer. Just get number 0 out there. Just put him at 0 and just play anywhere.
But that's what I told you about the mentality with him, Mace.
Oh, he just loves it, eh? Just
Like
mate.
he's. I'm telling you, I don't know the kid. Kid. I don't know the player, the human at all. But he looks like he thrives. And this goes all the way back to the Tiger Town. I remember watching him going, he's the only one that's got passion at this club at that time.
And that little interview.
And he wants to be the dude. And he cares for the jersey. And he's re-signed. So that's why I'm like, don't take that fucking responsibility away from him. Even though, watching that game, Jock Madden was the 7. Jock Madden was clearly the 7. Know. Because Jock Madden...
I didn't know what position Jock Madden was.
Jock Madden was wearing the 6, right? But he did all of the kicking, all of it. Uppy Coruscant had one other kick, Jock Madden kicked. Now, was that because Dewey probably had his concerns around his hammy? Yeah, probably, right? But Dewey ran for fucking 210 metres. So Dewey was clearly the 6 or more traditional 6, whilst Jock Madden was the 7. But you don't take the 7 away from Dewey because Dewey wants to be the dude. Yeah. Dewey's the dude.
Dewey's the dude.
Duty.
I love it, mate. I was shocked at what they put together. I was just like, well, Warriors over. Yeah, they should win. They should win. They didn't. They got pumped. Tigers looked outstanding. It's a different team this year.
Alex 12, 15 for 132, 48 tackles, 1 miss. He's a throwback lock. He's not the modern day lock.
You need that.
But you know what he does? He always takes the setup play before play 4. You know how everyone wants that play 4 carry because you don't have to go and kick chase, Mace?
Yeah. Of course I know that play.
He's the 2nd and 3rd. So he takes the shit one where you're going to be fatigued in your defensive set, but you still take it anyway for the team. We talked glowingly about him in the lead up to this. Fuck, he's been a good Tiger.
He's fit too. He gets through a mountain of work and he runs hard. If you don't put your body in front, he's going straight through you. 48 tackles, 1 miss. How many minutes did he get?
70.
Jeez, that's some big numbers. I'm happy for him, mate. He's really he's been around. I think he's about his 4th or 5th year. He's really arrived this year. He knows who he is. He's starting because they played him off the bench.
I reckon last year.
I think they played him off the bench for fucking his first 3 or 4 years, and now he's a starter, bona fide starter in the NRL, and he's not there to make the numbers up. So I'm happy for him. Dewey's their man, but like he's fucking outstanding. Jock Madden did a job, right?
Yep.
Did a job. Because make your tackles and get you through your kicks and just get the ball to the main ball players.
Yep.
The back rolls are outstanding. You got that in there. Macassini's been getting pumped a fair bit. This young man.
He's so young. Yeah. He's so big. He's such a big target. Yeah. And I was just thinking about this too because Fish gave him a couple of times. Fish got into him. So he had an error where I thought he was really hard done by where I think Rog grabbed the ball once he was trying to get up and play it. And then a little bit later on, Fish fucking pumped him. Got him right under the ball and then threw him to the ground.
I know.
And I was
That's
watching.
What happens when the OG gets you a little
exactly. And this isn't a fucking knock on Fish. My thing for Macassini is I'm 19 years old. Just memory. That goes in the memory bank.
Wait till I'm 24. And you're 34.
Fuck that. Yeah. Wait till I'm 21.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a problem in a bit. He's going to be a problem in a minute. And he does not. My favourite part of Macassini, he had that highlight moment in the trials. It's all the tough stuff he's doing. They're back 5.
He shouldn't be doing those carry. I mean, most young kids will be bit shy, bit gun shy, taking those hit ups. He don't give a fuck. As I said it before off the trials, he's going play 2, play 3 off the 9 in the middle of the field, running at your biggest man.
Yeah.
He's going at Fish and not caring.
But you know why?
Why?
Because he's fucking...
he's built.
No, I was going to say his teammates are Jerome Luai, Uppy Carousel, Sanui Tariva.
Yeah.
That's how Critter started. That's how he earned. That's how he earned his respect. That's how Brian Toto's been doing it for a minute.
Case in the Plains.
That's like they're out the back 5 because that game. This is 2 weeks in a row now where the Tigers have started awful. It's led to, in my opinion, a false sense of security for the team they're playing. Souths nearly lost it
because they
Warriors.
Think it's the old Tigers. It's not.
Both teams thought they were going to roll them,
yeah.
And Rabbitohs nearly got their pants pulled down. The Wars did, and the Tigers they're different. They're
some resolve.
They're resolved. They're working for each other. That whole Luai, May brother, Taruva, Uppy Carousel, influxed with what Dewey and Twile have been doing now for a number of years. is the perfect, Fanua Bolle. It's the perfect marriage. Even just a little sprinkle of Kai Pearce-Paul and the Fainus over the last couple of years. There's a bit of a brotherhood there, isn't there?
No, you can see it. There's not one Aussie in their team either.
Shout out to Alex Seafarth.
Yep, he's the only one. I went through there. Me and Leslie played. I said, there is not one. Just say Jock Madden's not playing, you put Luai in there. There is not one Aussie in that starting 13. Name one. Don't worry about the bench.
Yeah.
No, they're all brothers and Lebos.
They are too.
Yeah.
They are too.
Yeah, they are. Me and the big man were just counting. I said, they've got not one Aussie in that team. Jock Madden's like not in the team very often. And Seifarth, I'm not sure if he played. Yeah, he's off the bench. I'm like, 2. Yeah. And so definitely 1 because Seifarth's in the team all the time. Trust me, there's not one. Don't worry about it. I went through the whole fucking team.
But I'm just trying to think because they've got injuries in the
and Jockey Madden.
You said that.
Yeah. But he's not in the fucking. You put Luai back in there.
I was trying to think of the wingers who'd be.
No, fucking you got
even Stafford Toller and Talon.
No, but you got Taruva Abram, mate. They're all brothers, mate, and they're playing for it. And you can see the brotherhood that's built there. Yeah. Polynesian brothers there, man. They stick together. They go hard. Lobo brothers, they're in there. Yep. It's a good mix. A very good mix. They got the ratio right. You always got to get it.
What do you mean the ratio right? We'll sprinkle a little bit of salt.
I'm just saying, you got
a little bit of salt with the pepper.
They got it. The Lebos have got that right.
Yeah, okay. That's more flavouring.
A little bit more flavour. A little bit more.
What's the tradition? What's the
little bit more seasoning. They got more seasoning. Yeah. They got a little more seasoning.
So you got just all pepper. Don't worry about salt. We don't need it. Just
don't worry about the salt.
just get the whole
They've gone the opposite way for everyone else. Yeah. It's just all fucking. Oh God. Anyway, well done, Tigers.
Warriors.
You're going all right. Warriors were fucking terrible.
Yeah, Warriors.
I thought they were like when I watched the first 20 minutes first. I thought, Warriors pump these guys. Didn't happen. What happened? Like I can't really put it. Like they just got out enthused, and then Dewey just started making line breaks out of nowhere. Their defensive systems they just sort of broke down.
They didn't do a lot wrong.
No, it's just great. It was great football.
Good game.
Yeah,
it was great football.
It was a really good game.
It was great football from the Tigers. It was outstanding.
The Tigers really, they had like 3 or 4 half chances that they turned into points. Man, that Tavana just working hard just before half time to put kick pressure on Roger Tuivasa-Sheck was pivotal because that got him a lead. Jackson Ford had a couple of areas he'd be disappointed. Had such a hot start to the season. Tanner Boyd played pretty well.
They did play
Lukey Matt looked okay on return.
They just didn't. Yeah, and it's going to take a bit for Lukey Matt and Boyd to get that combination.
Yeah,
because at the moment Boyd is the dude. Metcalf probably needs a month of football to get his timing right. And he played 7 last year and he dominated. He was on ball.
I wrote this down as well because Dallin nearly scored off a Chance Nickel-Klogstad tip-on at 12-0. And then,
I'll bring it up in a later game.
And then he nearly took an intercept. I really believe, and I don't want to discredit the Tigers because you just talked about how good the Tigers have been.
Yeah.
If they go up 18-0, they just roll them. You look super excited to get this.
No, I'm going to save it. It's just
get it
hilarious.
out. Go, get it out. Get it out. Get it out.
Lockie Ilias double hard the Titans fans.
Did he?
The Dragons fans, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's how I'm pissing myself. It just came up on my feet.
What the fuck did you do that for?
Show me. Lockie, just chill, Lockie. Chill, Lockie.
You don't do
I'm about to give him a big rap in a bit too, and I got some context for his form as well. What did I say? Put Lockie at half, bring Maya to the centres. We'll get to that game in a bit.
Yep.
All right, but let's get to the Broncos defeating the Dolphins 12. Aaron Percival, let's get back to the centres because this is what I was alluding to before, Mace. Hey, lads, love your analysis. Long-time listener, first-time commentator. I'd love to hear your thoughts on potential upsets in the Blues locker room. I've been watching the big boy centres in the game this year and can't go past Katoni Staggs. A monster in defence. He never misses, bashes people over the sideline and often leads the kick chase. He scored heaps in attack this year and takes more hard yardage runs than most centres as well. As I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on at least getting him into camp. Him and Trell as 3 and 4 would be demoralising for Holmes dental work at origin level and anyone who they play for the Queensland
team. I like Katoni. I've always liked Katoni Staggs. He's probably his biggest downfall was probably never getting involved enough.
Agreed.
Coming out of yardage, what he's just saying then. I think I think Madge has really made that one of his strengths in his games.
It was last year in the finals run.
Yeah, because they know what he's built like, and
Yeah.
he's an animal. He's an animal. He's hard to hit. Got footwork coming out of yardage, like especially play twos when he just runs straight behind the markers, skips over a little bit. He's a problem. Gun defender, aggressive as hell. He would suit Origin to a T. He has played Origin before, but then I think we lost that series.
Yeah.
And then
That was a weird series, though.
And then Critter
was on the bench in that game.
Yeah. So
remember?
Critter's like a lock right centre.
No.
So it's between him and Stags.
Let me throw a scenario at you. The right wing position's up for grabs. Imagine how scary looking and outside backs of Brian Toto, Latrell on the left, Critter right wing, and Katoni Staggs right centre. Could that work?
Could do that easy. And that's the beauty of having.
That would be the most
that's the beauty of having a man like and a player like Critter, who's always team first, and he can be outstanding on the wing. He's just fucking whatever. He'd be like, all right, play centre. Play wing, whatever you want. Staggs is killing it. I'll play outside him. They can interchange whenever they want. If Critter wants the ball, sometimes Staggs can go a little bit wide. That's what they do now.
You'd also neutralise the threat of if he is back playing at that time. Xavier Coates, just Critter up against him.
Because
that was the battle between Zach Lomax and Coates over the last couple of years.
And the only reason why Critter's not involved in those battles is because he's in centres, and he's the one who's sort of blocking and all that kind of shit. But he can fucking jump. He can dunk the ball easy. He can get up there. So I don't hate that but Staggs just needs to keep doing what he's doing. I love Staggs. I've always been a massive fan of him.
Australian right centre too last year in the Ashes.
Yep. But he's been out of the Origin stage because of the fact that Critter, Turbo, all those sort of players have been giving him the nod. But they lost last year. That's what I say. I always say that when they lose, everything's up for grabs.
With all the names that were tossed up for the right wing position, I think right now, if you ask me to pick, that's my favourite combination. Katoni Staggs right centre, Critter right wing.
Yep.
Until
imagine coming out and play twos and threes out there. Critter getting the ball straight there.
I'm just thinking I'm thinking more defensively out of yardage. That left edge having to work into Katoni and Critter. The physicality, like you couldn't take it anywhere near the sideline.
Yeah. And we can't even name the left centre for Queensland or the left wing if Coates is out. I don't know who their left centre. You're going to put Purdue there?
Potentially.
Val Holmes? I think Val Holmes is done.
Hammer?
I think Hammer's the guy.
Hammer's the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's get to, Katoni Staggs.
He played for Tonga during an Origin period. Was that when Laurie was the coach?
Freddie.
Yeah.
We talked about unlocking Walshy. I thought it was a huge game by the one and only Adam Reynolds. Controlled the game perfectly, despite and I still believe these are concerns more long term with Walshy. Unlocking the best version of him.
Yeah.
This is the best possible version of that you can get from Reynolds in a big game, and he was excellent.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he would have felt the external pressure.
For sure he would have.
And this is what you get from great players. He's a class player, Reynolds, kicking game, everything. The right ball, the right moments, he was just there. He controlled the game perfectly.
I'll tell you even a really pivotal moment when he stepped inside of Lemuelu on the no try for Cody Nikorima.
Yeah.
Just a vet's move. Like just using all of his experience to make sure that he got his outside shoulder. So Jerome Hughes and Adam Reynolds do it the best. They move. They identify the shape and they move in front of the back row who was trying to get Connelly Lemuelu on against any other number 6 would have ran on the inside shoulder of Adam Reynolds. But Adam Reynolds just
straight in front of you.
Just position himself in front of him, gets checked. In my opinion, I would have called it a try. But I can see the referees not knowing the nous of a
when it looks
a
too
smart
easy.
play like that.
When it looks too easy, it is easy. And it's because of the movements from those little cheeky halves. They know exactly where that lead runner is. And if you're in front, if you keep moving to the side, he's going to go on your inside shoulder.
There's nowhere else for him to run.
Stop.
Yeah.
You stop. That's all you got to do. And then he just runs. He has nowhere to move because guess what? The other defender's coming across as well.
You also got to identify it early too, though.
Yeah.
See the shape coming. Who's the guy running inside me? All right, let's move to
this is going to be a try.
Yeah.
Because do you know what I mean? Like you got to think this is going to be a try if I don't get in front and cop this hit.
Yeah.
It sucks for the decoy. because you've got to run that real fucking line and go straight in. Don't run a straight line, mate. You start square, and then you've got to fucking come off your left real sharp. So it's like you don't touch them at all. It's hard.
Very hard.
Especially when they're moving.
Full freight.
Cheeky little fuck.
Hey, big shout out to Jordan Ricky as well.
Yes.
Jordan Ricky's had a fucking awesome couple of weeks. I totally agree with you. Last year, it felt like the last year and a half you'd turned into a defensive back rower. Started off with a really good skill set offensively and then just become...
The kick chase, and it took him out of games.
Yes. He's now... I think maybe his engine's got better. He's understanding. He's still doing all those things defensively that you want. That's really important for back rowers.
You know what I love?
But he's starting to have some joy offensively again.
And you know what I love about it? So just say if they kick down he's over his head that way, he's coming back. So usually the winger would be taking it in, and then maybe the second play. And if it's still on your side of the field, if you're the right side back row, you take that third hitter.
Get in for a carry every now and then.
And get in right for that carry. And he's doing that. And that's what I love. He's not sitting behind the play or holding his right side edge. He's getting on the open and taking those tough carries. And that's what you love. Because he's a big, strong boy. Straight in at probably about the C-man, right at the right post. Then he opens the field up.
With no exaggeration, the last 2 weeks specifically, I don't know if they win the games the last couple of weeks without Jordan Wick. You come up with some huge moments, really against the Storm. I know the tries are nice, but more so moments, kick chase, kick pressure.
Defensively, it's been good.
Like that, that kick chase on Zealand Cobbo where he just sort of dropped a cold and, ended up becoming a repeat set was fucking huge. Huge. So
it's good that he's the full package now, right? And he's got all the attributes to be that guy. He's built like a fucking Adonis. He's fit as hell, runs good lines, hits like a fucking truck when he wants to be. But like, as you said, when he first hit the scene, he was more attack, and then it's like, oh fuck, and he had defensive lapses, and then he really concentrated on his defense, become one of the best right side defensive players in the game. Now let his attack slip. Now he's got both.
Yep.
And he's only 24, 25.
And missing the Kiwis too, that would have hurt him.
Yeah.
Fucking oath would have hurt him. That would have pissed him off. He just won a grand final and he was fucking integral.
Good back rolls though. Britton Nikita and also Papali'i.
But just to be in the squad.
For sure.
He should have been in the squad.
Agreed. All right, let's get to the Dolphins. I've been still really high on the Dolphins. Fuck, their back three really hurt them in this game. Selwyn Cobbo had 4 errors. I think Hammer had 3. And then Jermaine Asako had a crucial one as well, which led to a try.
Which they've been great.
Well, Sarko has. Selwyn's this is the last bit of Selwyn. Because he's had a couple of moments now to start the season. Some really good yardage carries. Yeah. And he does, mate, similar to Makasini, been getting in for the tough stuff and getting bashed. But you can't have 4 errors like that coming out of yardage. Because your middles are working their cunt out for you.
Yeah.
And they've got a team there. There is like, and despite all of that, I was like, the Dolphins still might get them. They're still coming. Credit to the Broncos, but by no means have I given up on the Dolphins after watching that. I was just like, a couple of years ago, and Selwyn was a part of this as well, the inconsistencies around the Broncos were their back three. Walshy, Selwyn Cobbo, Dean Mariner sometimes. It changed depending on who was their back three. They would come up with errors out of yardage all the time.
Oh, it sucks.
Which would put the middles, Payne, Haas, Carrigan under pressure. Dolphins have just got to, if they can get clean on their back three, you look, again, go back to the example they used with the Tigers. They just got in there. They'd go, Tigers did fuck all against the Warriors. Taruva carry, Tavana carry, Makasini carry. All 3 got bashed. Kick the corners. Yeah. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. That's what you can, you can fight your way out of a game and win games like that by being a little bit more conservative.
Yep.
The Dolphins just come with too many errors against a too quality of an outfit, and the Broncos, off the back of that,
they just build pressure. They build pressure. You know how many repeat sets did they get? They just build pressure, and it just takes the gas out, mate. Every team's fit as hell, but it just fucking hurts when the 4 drop balls, and it's no need, and it's not like he's just dropping them cold. It's in contact. He's trying to get a fucking quick play the ball. He's trying to move it. Players are direct on the ball. It's a little bit dewy up there. Fucking bang, they hit on the ball, slip out, contact. Just be real mindful of that. And obviously, it's going to be. I bet they don't make a mistake this week.
Yes,
none of them. You just need a game like that to realise fuck, we can't do this.
Yeah, video.
We can't do. We're going to put this. So we've got to put too much pressure on our middles, and at the end, back ends of the halves, we're going to get done.
The forwards would be watching those errors in video like this, just going, "You fucking."
Oh mate, wouldn't be talking to him until Thursday.
I'll tell you who deserves. I'll tell you who won't be talking to him because he's been unreal to start the season.
Yeah,
Kulikefu Fuiaki.
Yeah,
he is a problem. Isaiah Katoa said last week he's his bodyguard and he's got to figure out ways to get him the ball because he's his protector.
Fuck, he's hard to tackle.
He has a real chance to be one of the breakout back rower of the year, Fuiaki.
He's been around for about 3 years now, hasn't he?
Yeah, roughly 3 or 4. Started at the Cowboys.
Cowboys,
yep.
2 years down here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about time he's like just starting position and just really solidifies himself as a gun back row.
Mate, when everyone else, I was watching him closely. Everyone was starting to tire in that game. He looked like he was getting stronger as the game went on. He's got a real chance to be special, I think. Like he does he runs the ball hard.
Strong, mate.
Defensively, he's really
truck.
good.
It's like a truck running and hitting you.
And I reckon he could, who's a comp for him? Like maybe he's got like a more athletic version or just someone who can just teach him how to just dominate in the position who's currently at his team, but no longer an edge.
Kaufusi.
The Juice.
Yeah, the Juice. Yeah.
Remember the Juice in Melbourne Storm days?
Yeah.
Outside of
one of the best
Jerome Hughes?
4 defenders to play the game.
He could.
Matt Gillett.
If he becomes a carbon copy of playing the minutes that Kaufusi used to play with the intensity, but also like Kaufusi was still a little bit of the old school where the rules changed and it took him a while to adjust. Now he's better suited in the middle. But yeah, fuck, I think he's got the perfect guy to teach him the arts of being an elite team. Right edge back rower.
Yeah. Absolutely, good comp.
Katoa, this is still a work in progress as well. The connection it's not dialed in yet. Izzy Katoa and Cody Nikorima.
No.
They were classy last year. They're just, timing's a little bit off. Maybe, I wrote down, Izzy Katoa strikes me as the type of kid player who could be doing too much video. And what I mean by that is he's such a student of the game. He's constantly trying to improve. Just figure out what works and not think about plan B, C, D, and all that sort of stuff that comes with it.
Just play to what you see in front.
Yep.
And what I say about in the preseason about the Dolphins, they're going to get the opposition's best. There's video on these guys now. There's a lot of.
They're a threat.
Yeah, they are a threat. They will beat you if you're off your game. It ain't the Dolphins of the first couple of years. They're here and they're here to compete for a premiership. And I think there's that much film on because the Katoa-Cody connection, right? And the cues are all out there and they're putting so much pressure on Katoa. So he just needs to play what's in front of him. Not worry about plan B, plan C, plan D. As you said, just play your footy, mate. Just play. If you have no inside pressure, do your thing. If you got inside pressure, do your thing. Right?
I think other players genuinely like watching Isaiah Katoa play.
I love watching him play.
I've seen Teddy speak about it on Sunday Footy Show. He reckons he would just text Sandon Smith and just like watching the games about, did you see Katoa on the weekend? So
class players.
He's on everyone's radar.
Oh, mate, because he's a fucking gun, right? And he can beat you by himself. He just needs everyone else to be on the same page as him. Yep. Sometimes he's about 2 pages ahead.
Just got to read the first page.
Just get into games, and then it'll happen. Like he's too good a player, and they're too good a team to let this game let this season slip and not make the 8.
Newcastle Knights 24 defeat the Bulldogs 16.
I'll go to the toilet. No. I'm
the Knights would the Knights fans be happier that they're 3 from 4 to start the season, or they beat the Bulldogs with Adam O'Brien as their assistant?
Yeah, a bit of both, eh? Yeah, I forgot about that. The Knights fans obviously didn't travel on the weekend. There was about fucking 6 of them. They usually get down there for this game.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Saturday 3 o'clock game. It's a hard one. So there was about 20.
You're right. Family footy, kids, all that, sports.
It was a hard one to get to. Even we had 20,000 there.
Just the cost of fuel.
Yeah.
Catch a train. Catch the Red Rattler. No, I'm joking. But it's hard. 3 o'clock game, get here. It's price of living at the moment in Australia. It's fucking hard. But Newcastle come to play, mate. They did. We were off. I was just watching it diplomatically as a fan, right? Just watching how how the Bulldogs approached the game and how Newcastle did without obviously two of their guns. They just won every little thing.
Yep.
They found their hands like their front most of the time. Jacob Saifidi fucking dominated us.
Shout out to Jace.
Yeah.
He's reinvigorated.
Yeah, he looks...
You never know, like, and I wrote this down just quickly on this point before you move off of Mace. You never know. Sometimes it's like, was he feeling Adam O'Brien? Was he injured last year?
Been busted a little bit.
You know, like his brother moved on last year. Like there are all these factors.
A lot of factors.
And sometimes you just get to a preseason and just go, you know what? Fuck it, let's repeat.
He's in his prime now, Jacob.
He's playing awesome.
And I'm not sure how, check out, I think he's about 28, right? That's usually about, you're hitting your prime. He's played Origin. He's fucking, and he should have been.
29.
He should be
good age.
About to turn 30.
Yeah, he should be in conversations with Origin.
He will be
because
he's up.
Yeah, so he bullied us, but it's not that. Every single run, the Knights they ran with more energy. They found their front most of the time. Right, they were making 60 meters a set. Like our game is predicated on defense. We're not the biggest team, right? We're not the biggest team, but we hunt in numbers.
Ciro said after the game they did everything that we wanted to do to them.
Yes. Everything. And I was like, what is happening here? I was shocked. I was like, they're getting one-on-ones. They're going through the ruck jar. Phoenix Crossland's coming out and playing like footy. Usually our markers are working so good. Like through the front door, fucking Frizzell, that try. I'm just like, that doesn't happen. This is not, what team is this? The 2023 team?
That was sustained pressure. But
you know what I mean? Right. But I get it. But we didn't touch the ball for 10 minutes. And it would have taken a bit of gas out of us, but we're fit. We're fit. We can
and
repel.
Dylan Lucas got 7 for 10.
We can repel teams fucking all day. I wasn't phased at all. And then Frizzell goes through it. Right? Dom Young with those tries and whatever. He's going to get those tries. You hit or miss with those. We could have went down the short side, intercept a couple of times, whatever. Who cares? You live and die by the sword with that. But it's the middles that got absolutely dominated. When we started going fucking one off the ruck, kick out coming off his edge, fucking Tupanua just wind it back. That's how we play, right? And then get on the edge of that. Then we started building some pressure. What we got to fucking like 12 to, I think they were ahead by maybe 18-12 or 18-10 or something like that. We get down there, Galvin drops the ball.
Was it 16-0 at half time? 18-0 at half time. And then they got back to 16-10 at one point.
Something like that.
They come out firing in the second half.
We'll try behind.
Yeah.
And then we build pressure,
right?
build pressure. Are you right, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell. Build pressure.
That was
I thought you were going to give me
that was so genuine. Like, fucking get your shit together.
Yeah. Like we'll build pressure, and then Galvin drops that ball, and you can hear the fucking.
Just on the Galvin thing, he always looks like. So I remember I saw a video of a Doggies fan just exploding after the game, but he's talking about how Galvin always looks so. He has like a smile, like he's like smiling when he makes errors and stuff like that. Do you get where I'm going?
Yeah. No, he's got this. It's the younger generation. They're all a little bit like this, but Galvin, I've seen it before and I understand where he's coming from. So Galvin always runs out with a big smile on his face and sees himself on the big screen and smiles. He did that I remember when he first did that at the Tigers and everyone was like, how good's this? He's excited to be out there. That shit
looks good when you're winning.
Yeah, well, it's more so a thing. I think it wears out regardless of you winning. Like I think after a certain point, the being a bit cute and understanding that he's a rookie and all that sort of stuff, you get a pass for it.
I tell you what, hey,
if every now and again is okay, but you want to look down for the most part. Even me as an ex-player or a fan. Let's be dialed in,
if Brent Sherwin runs out like that, I'm tearing his fucking head off. He's going to get absolutely hammered by all the middles because it looks to me like you're not fucking on. You know what I mean? I get it with this younger generation smiling and fucking whatever. I don't give a fuck. You better be a Andrew Johns-esque when you get out there, right? And I think, I'll
give you another example. And again, teammate, I feel like we've thrown him under the bus twice, but he's one of my favourite all-time teammates, one of my great mates. We go all the way back to high school. I sort of used to hate when Chris used to do that thing when he smiled on the big screen.
I wanted to punch his fucking teeth in.
But it
He used-
became his
when-
signature. Listen,
Chris Inu?
It'd
You
be
said?
Chris
He
Inu.
knew.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
before he, no, sorry. He had the fucking fangs on his
On his
on his
mouth
mouth guard, right? And this is when I was playing with the Knights, and this fucker, I didn't really know him. So and remember that time when he bent fucking James McDonald's leg back, and me and Benny Barber had an argument? It was fucking him.
Yeah.
Laughing around anyway. So he used to kick and he had fucking these fangs on his mouth guard. And just before he'd go and strike to the ball to run in, he'd smile. What are you smiling for? Like even
My
if you-
point is, and I'll get to it. Mace is getting
only,
fired up.
It's only for the kick, but he don't smile on the field. It's only for this one
No.
little kick.
Nah, he
Well,
was,
you
mate.
fucking
It was in his nature because Chrissy is just like.
I love Chrissy. I love the egg. I love
played
him.
together,
I love
right?
him, mate. I love him.
It's just not in his nature. It's not like he doesn't take it serious. It's just a way. I think it was more.
It's like is it a defensive mechanism?
Kinda.
Is
Yeah,
it like
it's
is it a
kind of
coping?
Galvin's
No, is it-
personality from when I've met
Is
him
it-
as
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Is it a coping mechanism with the nerves?
Yes.
You know, it's all that sort of shit. I think that's
So
what
rather
Galvin
than
is.
looking like you're nervous, you smile
just
and you
sort of
have a
smile
good
through
time,
it.
but deep down inside, everything's going, ooh.
Yeah, and I had a real fucking cut because I didn't know Chrissy that well. But when we were playing the Dragons, I said, "Why are you fucking smiling all the time?" And me and him had mates. We're just sitting having a couple of little fucking rosés on the beach. I said, "I used to hate you," and he goes, "I hated you too." I said, "Well, fuck you, but why you keep smiling for when you're kicking a goal?" He goes, "To piss you off." He goes, "I'll do things like because I'll be standing there." Like, and he knew it. I'll be like, and I'll be lipping off too. You fucking smiling now because we'd be pumping the Bulldogs. And he'd be like, I said, "Where? Smile now. And he fucking still would.
Yeah.
Still would. It'd be fucking.
He was as good of hitter. Probably doesn't have the
Mate.
more technically sound than even Stevie Maddie, but had some
Beautiful player.
Remember the grand final? Him and Stevie just went fucking toe to toe at each other.
He
he would hit you, stand over top and smile, or run at you and be smiling as he's
like
throwing
that,
you back.
yeah. And then-
it's just you're right. It could be a part of this.
I think it's a mechanism of a nervous mechanism, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to our fucking thing. Like sitting with the crowd, right? And I like sitting with the crowd sometimes to get the feeling of what they've, it was just like they're just fucking hammering Salmon, absolutely copping it. Lockie Galvin, just our middles. It's just that I said it's not the way the Bulldogs fans are so loyal and solid, but when you put out a performance like that, they'll turn, right? Like worse than any other club, right? Because they expect effort. And because we lost those little effort plays where we're whole fucking culture's predicated on effort plays, right? Effort plays, like just fucking put more effort, put more numbers into tackles, right? Like we're not going to smash the shit out of you. We're not that team. But we fucking attack in numbers, drill everything, pick up. Like we don't miss tackles. We don't miss cold tackles on the line where Frizzell runs straight through. Shout out to Frizzell. He's wound the clock back.
Yeah.
Like Finch, Croxton playing good. Bradman, Bass, Skaggs, they all play pretty good football, but we're fucking better than that. And I think, I didn't even go into the sheds, right? Because, I know.
We talked about that
I know. I said the start.
Yeah.
I said the start. So listen to the start. But like, I expect a fucking different performance from our boys. Like Critter, and I thought Critter was outstanding. I thought Critter had a decent game. Didn't get much ball. Birdo played unreal. Kicks played good.
What do you make of the Birdo and Critter swapping? What do you think of that?
Yeah, what happened in there? Because it's different watching it from the game. Where did Galvin go?
No, Galvin stayed on the right. Are you right, Leaky?
Fuck.
Burden moved from. They were swapping and interchanging. They were getting the green light to swap. So Critter was playing 6 at times, and Birdo scored a couple of tries when he was out in the centres. That's why he scored out wide a couple of times.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. We've got to
So Ciro said he was just looking for a different look, trying to bring. Basically, he's saying that they practice it and they were just looking for some momentum. So that was a part of it.
SOS come on,
Yeah.
straighten the attack up, because I think a lot of our attack because Galvin is not a natural 7, man. Right, so he's running across field all the time. He doesn't straighten up. So Presto's fucking running in, like pretty much running into his real estate, right? So as a back rower, you fucking run it out. He loves that outside in number, outside in on the 3-man. Like he's just pushed to the sideline.
Yeah.
Someone needs to straighten up that attack. O'Sullivan, he straightens the attack up. You could easily put Sullivan at 7, Birdo at 6, Galvin at 6 and Berto in the centres.
And Tuala out.
And Tuala out.
Or you could bring Sherry back. No.
I'm not sure. I thought Tuala played all right. But if you're really going to fix the problem, if you run a genuine 7, the SOS is there, right? He's not going to fucking out. He's a genuine 7.
I know, but I don't know.
Well, how do you fix his problem? Because it's a problem.
I don't think you currently have it on the roster. Because, like, I love SOS is SOS. SOS has been at 5 different clubs, mate.
Yeah, I'm just saying, well, how do you fix his
and this just seems to be the rhetoric that's been coming out of the Bulldogs now. I've heard different people say it. Like, people saying, give O'Sullivan. I'm like, what? That's like going back to Toby Sexton. Yeah. For me, like, you should have just kept Toby Sexton at 7 and gone Galvin at 6 and then moved Matty Burton. So I find that strange that they're even considering that, because if you've got Sean O'Sullivan as your backup 19 to cover if there are injuries, just like Jock Madden, just like Sean O'Sullivan's been his whole career, then I'm all for that. That makes sense. But fuck, if you're going to go with him as your long-term 7 for, like, I don't think they can't win the comp like that.
Did Mitch Woods' hamstring throw the whole plan out potentially, do you think?
Mitch Woods is still like a work in progress. There's something
that Woodsy after the game,
still got a little bit to go. But it's the plan is making Galvin and Burton work. That's the plan. That's their highest ceiling. What are we, 3 games in now, 2 wins, 1 loss? Not the end of the world, but also, all right, we need to start figuring this out.
And I really don't know. And I think we need to fix our middles. I'd start Kurt, man. He can't get fucking run rough shot like Salmon's he's a connect in between, like trying to be like a Cam Murray. But fuck me, defensively, they're just spotting him up and Hayward up. That's it. Mm-hmm. Like Jacob and Frizzell and all them, and who was their other prop?
Croaks?
Croker, was it?
Was that right? What were you saying?
Croker was locked.
So who was
Feedy was the starting prop with
Frizz? No, Frizz.
Frizz come off the bench and they started someone else.
No, it was Frizz.
He didn't start, but.
Oh, Pasami Swallow started.
Played outstanding.
Yeah.
So when you're getting fucking ramrodded by Solo, who's a fucking, I love the young kid, and Saifidi, like they're running 60 metres on our pack. Mm-hmm. They scored a try, ran 90, got a repeat set. Like, who are they going at? It doesn't fucking happen. They're going at Salmon, right? Get fucking quick play the ball off him.
So you reckon Salmon had to
and Hayward? Nah, fuck it. And Hayward going straight for our middles. Yeah. That's our Achilles heel sometimes, mate. And that's where teams go, okay, we're not going to beat you out wide because you've got some gun defenders and we've got pace to burn. We're going to go through the middle.
But normally in these conditions over the last 2 years since Zero's been there, that's been your strength.
Yeah.
You have a smaller pack, but you hunt as a...
We didn't hunt as a pack.
And you get in the... that wasn't there yesterday for some reason.
And I don't know why. It's strange, right? And it's our first home game and we've got to get it fixed now.
Can I give Pasami Swallow a massive shout out?
Give him a rap, mate.
I want to give him a big rap because normally we start with the positives in the team that's won and then we get to the negatives because it's the Bulldogs. I'm happy to start.
I don't want to be negative. I'm just sitting here. Sorry. I'm sitting here as a fan and a person who's played for that club and I know what a fucking Bulldogs player looks like and should act like and should fucking play like. And there's about 5 out there that's fucking shouldn't be.
That performance yesterday on Saturday.
Fucking pisses me off.
Let's get to Pasami Swallow. Let's give him a big shout out. Comes from actually, he might even return. Started off at the Knights, went to the Raiders for a couple of years, returned. He emptied the tank offensively. He was awesome in this game to start off with. And I wrote down early in this game when Harrison Graham come on and he had some joy as well. He's had a couple of good games for him now as well. The Manly game was really good. And this game, the number 19 I think he's wearing, comes on and he's like I tell you, he comes from the Dolphins.
Who's the little hooker that come off the fucking game?
Harrison Graham.
Is that him?
Yes. So he's from the Dolphins.
Sorry, the clean break?
Yes, Harrison Graham, right? So they've got Jeremy Marshall-King, Max Platt, and Kurt Donahue. That's like he's that mold.
He's that mold. Okay.
He comes from the Dolphins. He couldn't get a run because they had pretty much 3 similar players.
He fucking made a difference.
He was awesome in the Manly game as well. So shout out to Harrison Graham because when you have unheralded players like this stand up, you get big upset wins, don't you? Because you're pissed off that these players are having joy, whereas the positives for the Knights are they're starting to develop a squad, and it's a next man up mentality.
Yep.
because Pasami Swallow, I'm sitting there with my mates watching this on Saturday and we're having a few beers. And my mates are just more like sort of casual fans. And they go, who the fuck is this guy? Pasami, who's rolling through you guys, has a big carry. And then he tries to get a little bit pretty and get out the back shape and do a tip on and he dropped the ball. I watched him that set. I go, oh, that's a Pasami Swallow. Yeah. So I was watching him closely. I said,
oh, that's when he hit.
And then he went tackle, tackle, tackle. And he was in the, what do they call it? They're stuck in the washing machine or whatever they call it.
The washing machine. Yeah.
Anyway, he was, his ass was hanging out. And go back and watch it. We can't use the footage, Lukey, but for this clip, I just want to show the tackle, which leads to the bone rattler.
Okay, so I was thinking where you're getting to.
So as the set's unfolding, 6 again on the fourth tackle. Yeah. Big Pasami. I watched Big Pastrami. He goes like this. They go ding. Like I hear the ding in the background. Because I was watching him so intently and closely, he goes like this.
Gets some big oxygen.
Oh mate, he was trying to get oxygen and his legs weren't moving. So I said to my mates, as we're sitting there, you lay your right tram, which is the 20-metre line on the right. I go, Weasel, watch this. They're going to run double shape in and around Sawalu, that guy you just mentioned. Try to the Bulldogs. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said, watch, I'm thinking I'm Tony Romo and shit. They run the exact shape without a doubles, but it's just a tip on from Connor Tracy. And Swalu gave every little last bit of fucking energy that he had because, mate, guess what? He didn't come back on the field. That was the last little bit of energy he had.
And it was worth it.
He dipped the shoulders, Bushka straight into Josh Curran.
It's a hit of the year so far. I think the hit of the last 2 years. I love him because I've told you before, like I went to school with his dad.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And he taught me how to do my shoelaces up.
Sorry, I told one little porky just before you say that. He come back on for 3 minutes at the death.
Yeah, he taught. So Kevin Sulo is his old man.
Yeah.
And he taught me how to do my shoelaces up. I was in year 2 at Mayfield East Primary School.
Yeah.
That's right. And I saw him after the game. I said, say what's up to your old man. You're going good, kid. You're going good.
That's mad.
Yeah.
So we obviously can't use all the footage to show all the listeners. But you can definitely show the hit because that's all over the highlights. It was a fucking doozy. Paul Mudders Curran.
Paul Mudders. And I was in there at halftime and like he's a tough SOB, mate. Yeah. And everyone, what about the crowd? Get up, you pussy. And I'm just like, you don't stay down.
Because they had momentum.
Well, yeah. Exactly. We had a little bit of momentum and it's just like, it just looked like a normal hit and he just got dumped and it's like, I said, you don't put the ball to the side and go, fuck off everyone. And I said, his ribs busted, gentlemen. Yeah. And they go, get up. And I'm just like, whatever. Anyway, so I went in half time and he's strapped up. He's strapped up, ready to roll back on. But he could barely walk.
Couldn't go.
He could barely walk. And the physios are going, how you feeling? And I was sort of near there. I said, what's up? He goes, top rib, like fucking snapped. Yeah. Like it's fucking cracked. It's cracked. So that one right there, can't breathe. But he wanted to go back on. He was willing to go back. That's fucking tough. And I said, it's obviously not my call. I said, mate, do your best.
The ribs is you know how there's the injury trends? Yeah. That's the current.
It is.
Last year it was the Liz Frank.
It's the Josh Curran injury, isn't it?
I'd rather a fucking rib than a Liz. Old Auntie Liz Frank.
Yeah, because you can play on them, but they fucking hurt. Yeah. That's why we'll get to the Cowboys in a bit. Fucking Drinky started the season unreal. Because he would still be playing in pain. I guarantee that.
Anyway, back to...
And Reynolds too, for backing up after missing that one game with the injury.
The problem that the Bulldogs have. Do we stick with the same? We stick with the same?
I would like
to... Not panic stations yet?
Not yet. Not yet. You've only lost one game.
I know, but it's the way that we lost.
It'll be the talk of all the programs you watch. It'll be a lot of pressure on Team List Tuesday tomorrow.
No. I reckon Ciro sticks with the team and South's on Friday, Good Friday. Boom.
Guess what?
That's the litmus test.
We'll get to that game, and you know how you carry your memory bank. Last year we pumped South.
Yeah.
And it was embarrassing for South, and they didn't have hardly anyone, right? So you put that in the memory bank and go. And that was a 70,000 there, 60, and that was fuck all of the borough. Imagine those guys this week. I reckon there'll be 70,000 plus there.
Remember when I told you?
And looking on a little bit of a revenge tour.
I said this to Joey after the. Remember I've said this on the potty. I walked away from that game going, "Holy shit, Bulldogs can win the comp." Me and Joey sent each other because he was calling.
We're all there. Remember?
We were there, yeah.
I was there. Fucking. I think I'm doing that again this week. Not sure.
Okay. See you out there. I'll be calling that game as well.
The Willie Mason experience.
The OG. The triple OG experience.
The experience.
Maybe if you can get me in a little cashier, I'll bring him up to the SEN box a little bit later on.
Yeah. Of course. See how it's done. See how the scope does its best work.
I got Lukey's still got to give me. We've got to
Hey,
invoice
did you get in there?
Yeah, I was in the SEN box behind the scenes.
Yeah. Shoebox.
BTS.
It's a tight.
Manly sucks.
Tell you
Manly
what, it's
sucks.
one of
Manly's the worst.
It
yeah.
is
The
the
worst.
worst.
Canberra's the worst. Canberra is by far the worst. Manly's second worst. SEN.
Leichhardt's got to be
But
in
by the way, too, you go down to some of the other boxes. Triple M's got a little bit more room than us. Fucking Channel 9 and Fox have got the fucking big spot. We get this. It used to be an old fucking referees box, I reckon.
Have you seen I was at watching the young fellas, Harold Matts and SIEBOLD. Jesus Christ, that's awful.
You're in my neck of the woods.
Hey mate, yeah, I should give you a ring.
Yeah, I would have come down.
Go to Grappa.
Oh, we still got to do that.
Yeah, we've got to go to Grappa.
Yeah, anytime, boys.
All right, Panthers 48 defeat the Eels 20, and Lukey Love was going fucking crazy. Can I ask you a
I thought he
question?
was crying. I thought you were
Yeah,
genuinely
what were you crying for?
The Dury.
Good editor.
Can I ask you boys a question? Why does Moses Leota hate Parra so much? Does Moses Leota play his best against Parra?
I think it's just I think it's embedded because Panthers Eels, big rivalry game. And
I love it too.
and the Eels are coming up and everyone's talking about the Eels and it's like Panthers always been the little brother. They didn't fucking win 4 premierships in the 80s.
I love it.
They've won them in the 2000s, but yeah, and I think Leota, he knows his job with that team, right? He's the king of that forward pack. He's the leader. He's the OG, and he sets platforms better than future form. Unbelievable.
So good. Physicality to start the game. Sets the tone for him.
Those carries off the kickoff.
Yeah.
He's boom.
Also, I don't think this guy's been getting enough credit, and I keep fucking talking about every opportunity I can. He's the OG on the left edge now, Isaiah Papali'i. And I think if the Panthers weren't littered with stars, not only veteran stars in Nathan, Isaiah, Dill, Mitch Kenny, Moses, but then these young ascending stars like Casey McLean, Blaze Talangi, Milky Jenkins on that left, then more people would be talking. Alamotti, he's fucking playing unreal.
Standing game.
Isaiah Papali'i has sneakily been one of the better signings in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
He's been excellent. And I keep saying this. Last year when the Panthers were struggling, he was playing middle, edge, off the bench, always played it. So he's playing as good now as his Dally M back row year.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he had that stint at the Tigers where people were still like, like fans sort of, you look at that, go, Tigers, they sort of don't give him the credit, but fuck, he's playing good, ITAP.
Yeah, yes. And I think this time last year, he was copping a fair bit of flack because they didn't have the combinations working.
But he was playing well.
But they were still going, he's what a waste of a buy and all that sort of shit. Blaze Talangi, he's a bust and all that sort of shit.
Early on.
Early on. They end up coming back, obviously having a great end of the season and him playing a big part in that. He's outstanding. He's always been a quality player. Fucking quality player, and now he's in that system now, and a great human, and he's in that system now, and he's found his place on that left edge with Liam Martin on the right, and then it's a fucking team they got there, and that's what you were saying last couple of years. Once they get this shit going, Blaze Talangi and the Casey McLean and Alamotti on the other side, it's a fucking Jesus Christ, what a team!
What about Blaze Talangi's body shape? He's morphed already in a year there. When he came up, understandably so. First year of preseason, he was just a baby. He had some puppy face. He's still a baby. He's 21, 22 years old or whatever he is. But he fucking looks rock hard fit already.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying these, you can tell, you can look around at players, you can look at clubs and you can see, I don't even have to be at training for Penrith. Like you can see the body shapes. Like
no, they look, as I said last week, they look like a bunch of just grown ass men.
Even Papali'i, like he's always had like baby fat, like at times, even in those good years of Parra.
Alamotti,
whatever they do out of Penrith, because I know like Bizza jokes around about like his game day prep and his meals and that, but they must be super detailed with their food prep and nutrition and all that, the 1%ers that go along with training.
Look at Milky Jenkins.
Yeah.
He's not just a little skinny winger.
Yeah.
Casey McLean.
Yeah.
Alamotti. Like everybody is jacked and fit and fast and strong. Like Sorensen, Garner, everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're a bunch of men. You're playing against grown-ass men out there.
I'm not taking the piss. You know how like when you hear Ned Brockman talk about like what's the best thing you can have post-training is the chalky milk.
Yeah.
Do you reckon like there's...
Oak?
It's the oak.
Fuck off, Lukey.
You're off your head. I don't think they even do that. Still have oak.
I'm hoping.
They got their protein and shit. Yeah, they're sponsored by them. But anyway. No, I don't think that's a factor.
Shout out to Ned Brockman trying to
we
sell
love
some
him.
milk. Good shout out to you, Luke, for helping out Neddy Brockman.
Send me some chocolate milk, Ned.
Mate, I've been so impressed. Like when I talked about their run, I talked a lot about medically too. Like that was a big part of their run and staying healthy. Last year they weren't. This year that feels like they haven't really used anyone outside of their best 17. Like they haven't changed much at all. Scott Sorensen and Luke Garner can't get a run and start.
Yeah.
Those two guys have been incredible for him for the last 3 years.
But like, look at that. When you just, you try and shuffle the deck and there's a couple of injuries. Look who you got on the bench. Garner, Sorensen. Fucking just Garner's complaining
Isaac
in the middle.
Tungle not even playing?
Yeah, he's waiting in the wings for an injury. It's the best form of iron sharpens iron in the fucking whole of the history of league is the Panthers in the last 6 years.
Also, the Panthers' defensive line, when Sean Russell took that intercept, just didn't have enough juice in the legs. Mind you, done a lot of what done with Casey McLean. Casey McLean's fast, bro.
Mate, once he's power, then once he gets up, mate, he'd go anyone in the 100.
Yeah, he's a fucking like a big gazelle.
6'4", 6'5", powerhouse.
You were talking the Origin winger before. You got two there that could.
Can Casey
easily
McLean play
role.
Origin?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
He will in a couple of years.
he's been my guy. I've been
A few people talking
I
Milky
fucking
as
think-
well.
Man,
Shout
Milky
out to
Jenkins is going to it's going to be hard.
Remember he got pulled? No, he was in camp last year, remember?
yeah, but that was more the Laurie was doing the emerging squads of players that could teams that were on a bye.
Yeah, I know.
He invited
Just
him
bringing
to
him
do
in, just to see what's up.
But now he could be brought in.
Yeah, he's down the pecking
There is
order
a pecking.
a little bit, but hey,
Fuck! Imagine if he made the Origin team.
He's like
he was playing for fucking local league Penrith team, wasn't he? A couple of years ago.
St. Mary's.
South Wales through and through.
He would do a job for us,
Yeah.
but not yet. Just love you, Milky.
Milky.
Love the Mo too.
Back to that point. Sean Russell makes an intercept, and this is a reflection of how the game was going as well. Almost the entire line was set by the time he played the ball, and there was like 3 Eels players that were just in position to attack. Similar to how bad it looked when Manly couldn't get someone dummy half, and the Knights were all back. Like
Sabi didn't know what to do, so he just ran to the wing.
had a glitch. Someone said he had a glitch.
He had a glitch. There's a glitch in the matrix. He was there, 6'6" winger, and then next week he's on the wing.
Eels, the Moses Pezzett connection is not quite there yet. Similar to Ches and Walker, it's an issue. There's less noise because it's not Daly, Cherry Evans, and Sam Walker.
Yep.
It's still a work in progress though, and you've got to acknowledge it. I
Is
think.
Pezzett a 7? Is that the problem? I think he's a 7.
Interesting.
That's the problem. That's the problem because Moses it's his team.
Well,
You're
Moses,
just here
it
for the
felt like-
ride.
It felt like Mitch and Daly have both been taking a step back to let the younger
And you know what I'm
players play.
thinking? Fuck it. You guys wait in line. It's my team. That's what the coaches should be like.
1 second. Yeah, it's the phone's on Do Not Disturb, but during
one
this
exception.
period,
No.
during this, we are on standby 24/7.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Pezzett. So you were saying Pezzett?
I think Pezzett needs to take a back step, and I don't like it how Moses is playing. Like how he's like sort of going, yeah, you can have your touches. This is your fucking team, mate. They go as far as you go.
I agree.
If Pezzett wants to come in and out of games and do a couple of things here and there, fucking who cares? Just make your tackles and that's about it. Make your tackles, get to the kick, be another option. But this is Moses' team. It's fucking pissing me off because Moses is
I agree.
He's in like peak form.
I'll throw
Don't
this
come
at
back
you.
down.
I'll throw this at you. And I understand what Mitch is trying to do and Ches is trying to do,
He's here for 1 year.
but it's because if Pezzett played 6 or 7 with either Jerome Hughes or Cam Munster, it would be Cam Munster and Jerome Hughes' team. And Pezzett would have to complement him.
Yep.
That's what Moses has to do moving forward.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I think Moses should understand. I think Moses should have a good chat with Rolls and say, "Hey, we want to win fucking games like we did last year. He just needs to be on the fucking just get on the train, mate. That's it." I said, "This is my team. I'm at my peak now. I can take this team. We'll top 8. He just needs to be the fucking just be along. Just mate, if we go left, have some plays, play square. He's going to be a good player in the future, but not now. It's Moses' time. So he's signed 1 year, mate, and you're gone. Fucking if you're not up to scratch, drop him, Rosie.
Well, he's not scared to do that.
No, Rolls don't give a fuck, mate. He wants to win. He's a win. He's win now.
And I also don't think it's panic stations for that just yet.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
If Pezzett it's not working. I barely see Pezzett in games. I don't even notice him. Like I noticed when he scored that try against Brisbane. Other than that, all I see him is missing tackles on an edge.
I
They fucking spot him up
I feel the
massively.
opposite. I see Pezzett with the ball too much, drifting across field and not enough for Mitchie. So to your original point,
Yeah.
I want to see Mitchie take over more.
Everywhere. I want him just to do what he play how he fucking plays. Mitch Moses, you're here, mate. You're the one.
You're the dude.
You are the guy. You and Nathan Cleary are the best two sevens in the world. Fucking something's holding him back.
152 points against. That's what they've got right now.
Yeah,
the
no
Eels.
good.
2 heavy defeats to the Panthers and Storm, so that's worrying. Jason Rolls is doing some good things. Still got a long way to go defensively. They've got to fucking figure that
Better
out.
buy in, mate.
What did your thoughts on did you keep your eye on Yongi? Remember we were talking about it on Thursday?
Yeah.
He wasn't out there. Like, he obviously came off.
Yeah,
but-
there weren't. I didn't get to see anything because I was watching
leg?
this game with my mates on the piss as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So I didn't get a good proper chance to like sit and watch this properly. And then he got injured. The moment that I hated around Yongi was when he sort of got manhandled, and he got lipped into Liam Martin.
He
a bit.
noogied him.
Yeah.
He did the noogie on Liam Martin. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, hello.
Fuck, what?
And then Liam Martin just went boom, put him into touch
Oh
with
my
his head.
God, I would
Yeah.
fucking done more than that.
So Isaiah Yongi comes from the Panthers.
Come on,
Bizarre. I was like, whoa.
No, but this is the part that I hated. So Isaiah Yongi comes from this
fucking
system.
hate that.
He gives him the only reason he got a pass originally because Liam Martin went to go lose his shit, and then you could. My interpretation is, I think they really like Isaiah Yongi because Dylan Edwards was there, Liam Martin were there, and it was a real.
It's got to be an inside joke.
No, not an inside joke. Like they could have gone at him harder, and they're like, "You fucking lucky, you know,
Lucky we know.
you're lucky you've been inside these 4 walls."
Yeah.
And I heard the way Ivan talking about him after the game, and
Okay,
hoping
I'll
that
give him
he's
a pass. I'll give him a pass. Otherwise,
Anyway,
Don't worry, Liam Martin got him back.
don't worry, mate. I don't know if you've seen the
dog, I
details
saw
of this
it.
game.
I saw it.
They went down the short side, and Liam Martin got his payback.
The dog of all dogs.
He got penned for it, but he
Who
definitely got
cares?
his
Yeah.
back.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I just didn't see that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And then Alamoti stood over him too, and I'm like,
You can do that to someone who's like a young kid, but he's a young kid doing it to an OG like that. Don't do that.
But I also want the Eels players to come in and back him too.
They didn't.
No one did.
No one would.
All right, the Cowboys 28 defeat the Storm 24. Hey boys, how come we don't see as many Clinton torpedo kicks these days? It's similar like whenever these are pulled off, it's an absolute nightmare for the back three, like how we saw on the weekend from Tanner Boyd and Adam Dewey at times.
I missed the fucking the Birdo's fucking couple.
Birdo.
Hooked some up.
This comment was actually from last week, but I put it in this game when I seen Clifford just putting these fucking
Birdo's in our comment section.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Both playmakers went back to diffusing. Yeah. So for me, Burton and Cleary are the top two. Dewey's on the podium.
Hey.
Clifford can fucking put up a
Clifford
decent
the
fucking
big
torpy.
red dog can
Ren
go, all
sent a
right?
long one.
Who does?
Ren sent a long torpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, but
It's
he's
not high.
consistent.
That was a deeper.
He doesn't. He's probably he doesn't have the power that these four.
Yeah.
Clifford's got power.
Clifford was on fire yesterday. On Saturday. Jeez, he played it. It's the best game I've seen him play.
Nah, he's got one game like this a year where he looks like Laurie Daly.
Well, can we just and this is
I
why
don't know where it comes from.
But this is where people just go, we see this every now and again.
Yeah.
You get this consistency into his game. He's a fucking outstanding player.
a weapon.
He's a weapon, mate. He's big. He's bigger than you think. He's stronger than you think. He's got a skill set which is fucking high. Just, I don't know where the inconsistency comes from. And I hope Todd Payton just sticks with him all year and just keeps driving this sort of Clifford.
I don't think a lot of people have backed him consistently. Like he's had moments, and
In
then
and out,
whenever
in and
the
out.
teams, like you remember, he was in a transition Cowboys team when he first started, when they were going through losing Michael Morgan. I
JT.
believe he was part of that time. JT finished, and then he got the banged up version of Jason Tomlolo in a way. Anyway.
Yeah.
So there was some promise at the Cowboys before Dearden arrived, before Chad and all that arrived,
Yeah.
then they steadied it. Well,
Well, they got the Chad just because he wasn't playing.
Correct, because then that steadied the ship. Then he goes down to the Knights.
Chad GPT, yeah, they got
Chad
him.
GPT. Then the Knights struggled for a little bit as well. But since he's been up halfway through last year, they flirted with Purdue again.
Yeah.
And they in and out of the team. And despite the results early going 0-2, I'm glad that Peyton stuck with him because this is what you can get from the best possible.
If you install confidence into a half like that, and this is your team, you just go halves as we did and do your thing. Run when you can, pass when you want, get those big bombs up, defend like an animal. Fucking, you're more than an average
first grade
NRL player.
Yeah.
You're a future rep player.
Well,
if you can do that against the Storm, arguably the best defensive system, you can do it at the high level, mate. If you just need to find consistency, and I think what's he 25, 26? I reckon.
Yeah,
that's sort of the peak.
Yep. I will say 28.
Oh.
I will say the former Drinky this year has been really good. Yeah. Apart from the game where he, I guess the Knights game, he hurts his rib there, toughed it out. Would have still carried that into the Tigers, but back-to-back weeks now, just, again, body shape, looks fit. I reckon he's lost a couple of kilos. I said that. You can see it in the face. You can tell he's not making as many errors as in years past.
Looks fitter, yeah.
He's dialed in. I think maybe there were reports around his name being linked to other teams as well. Maybe he took that personally because
I'm probably thinking about Purdue.
Because Tommy Dearden, out of all of them, Tommy Dearden's probably been the quietest player, yeah.
And that's scary, right?
Yes, because Clifford, Drinky and Purdue are the ones that are having the nice touches. Yeah. And so far, he's going to be required later in the season. Tommy hasn't had to do too much.
Awesome. That's a great sign. If you're Todd Payton, you're like, well, my main man hasn't had to do much.
Yep.
Which is great.
Yep. And I also think JT as well, probably the healthiest he started in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Apparently he had a couple of clean-outs on both knees in the preseason. Must have been after the Tongan camp. Because when he lays the platform and then he comes back on and has that second stint.
Cohen has skillets on the back.
Yep. Cohen has Griffin Neem through the middle.
Yeah.
And McKaylee's back too. McKaylee was a big in for him as well.
And once they get our man back on the edge.
Jeremiah Nanai.
No. That's just that X factor on the edge.
Yep.
Braden Burns, outstanding.
Yep.
I'm happy for him. He's a good man. Good man.
Couple of vets on the wings because they've got really young centres. Chester missed this game, so Zach Labert come back in. Poor Tommy Chester might miss out now because Labert looked pretty good. And I'm happy for Reedy as well. One of my mates, Weasel.
Yeah.
Weasel, and one of my good mates. He's like, fuck. He goes, I love Reedy. He reminds me of myself when I play Oztag. He goes, he's got a bit of shit in him. He goes, he might not be the cleanest player, but he pisses off the opposition. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And he goes, look at the teams he's been at. They always get better when he goes there too. And I said, you're right. Eels first year, they won 5 games or whatever. Yeah. And then the second year, they become the threat that they were for 4 years. They went on a really good run, really competing with the likes of Penrith and Melbourne for years.
The Dogs.
And then the Dogs was a tough first year, and then he, so good on him. So, sort of rooting for him.
He's like a Jose Mourinho as a player.
Who's his comp for a football player?
No, he's Maloney.
Is he an Aguero?
He's Maloney. No,
Aguero's just a serial winner.
James Maloney.
And everyone
but he played as in the style of play. Bit like Aguero used to piss everyone off.
James Maloney.
Everywhere he went, he won.
A bit more of a I put him more of a midfielder.
Oh no. Suarez, I meant.
Oh, Suarez.
Luis Suarez.
There you go.
Luis Suarez.
The one who bit the dude.
Yeah, the one who the biter.
Yeah.
From Uruguay.
Yeah.
Whereas at Liverpool, they were good teams and he always played well, but he used to piss teams off.
Yeah.
Aguero was at Man City.
Yeah.
I could tell football fans would have just been.
That's what I was like. I was like, hang on, no. He's just.
The Storm. You can see why they were so desperate to go after Lomax now. Because I was watching this game. They're in a mini rebuild.
Yeah.
Mini. Because they've still got the key positions in place.
That's keeping them in games.
But they couldn't account to prep for this season, losing Nelson, Pappy, and then Ali. That's something like the great franchises. They plan, they have contingencies, they know who the next guy's up.
They couldn't
plan that. Yeah. And then you throw in missing Xavier Coates, Nick Meaney, Sean Bloor, Ativalu Lasardi, mate, they're already fucking 24, 25 deep into their squad, or probably 21, 22. But realistically, the way they would have planned it at the back end of last year, they're 25 deep. So
and the in and outs of like, even the young centre, he's getting
Jack Howard.
He's getting the other
Moses
one, Leo. He's getting found out a couple of times.
Yep.
Just the week in, week out, being consistent every single game. For the Storm as well, their training is a level above everyone else. They're up there with the best. You've got to be on every single day, every single session, and it takes its toll. You've got to be a special player to be at the Storm. Special player, but. Be a long year for these guys, I reckon.
I don't know about.
I don't know. I just think that the depth.
Yeah, it's been tested
it's
already.
The depth. They're going to have key players, right? They're obviously with the big four there, and if they're not on, fuck, mate. If you're not winning the ascendancy in the middle, you're going to fucking lose some games, man. Especially up with the North Queensland game. That I would have thought Storm would have pumped them.
Sua's had some really nice moments. This is the one weakness that we've talked about, and I seen it over the weekend. Keanu Kinney, Sua Falongo, KO Weeks constantly gets targeted. Sort of small ball fullbacks. Some of the stepping up. We talked about Dry Gray jumping over Dream Buller. Tuapiki for the Warriors. He ended up, I feel like he got hooked at the back end of that game, and they moved Chance Nickel-Clogstad back there. Defensively, yeah, they have their moments offensively, but teams are starting to realise, fuck, these guys are barely taller than Rennie, barely, and they're not getting targeted.
Just might be taller than Rennie.
So Billy Slater was small in stature for his time, but he did a really good job of jumping early.
He's athletic, mate.
Kicking people, like. He had all these different tactics that served him that turned what could have been a weakness into just non-existent. So Billy's going to have to work really hard with Sua over the next couple of weeks because I reckon they've got a pretty decent team coming down to Melbourne this week called the Penrith Panthers and a halfback called Nathan Cleary.
And that'd be 3 in a row if they lose home.
So get ready for the area.
No, I said,
yeah, 3 in a row.
When's the last time that's happened?
They went on a pretty shitty run about 4 years ago, I think. They lost a couple of games, about 3 or 4 games.
Anyway. I can't even remember. There's not many years where they lose back-to-back games like that. So, it would be rare. How about you talked about at the start? All right, rank in order this year, the best left-to-right try-assist pass that we've seen so far. Daniel Atkinson in round 2 to Val Holmes. Katoa last week against the Sharks, and Harry Green.
Jesus.
Which one's number 1, 2, 3? I've got my 3.
I think Harry's number 1, just because of like how fucking slick it was, right? And the defense should have been intercepted. Katoa 2.
Yep.
And then who was the last one?
Atkinson.
Yeah. I didn't mind Atkinson, but like
I got opposite.
He should have. If you're a good passer like that, you should have hit that ball.
I like Atkinson.
Fucking get Grant.
To step on the right, pull back on the left, and rip it across his body.
Yeah.
Both Harry and Isaiah had momentum on their passes. Not to say that they're any there's 3 really good ones. I'd go Atkinson 1, Harry 2, and then Katoa 3. But they're all
3 pretty good ones.
Pretty
I don't care what order you put them in. They're left or right too. Not everyone can nail those.
That's the point.
Just the fucking bang wrist. Like Katoa was even like lent on the right, lent off the left, and then forward into the right.
Joey loved that.
Yeah,
hearing Joey talk about it, he's like.
But it's because he's all about that, because it's gone to the traditional, lean off your left and like do that. No. Your fucking base is like so powerful left and then dig it into your right. And your body's facing that way. You can't do it like that.
Yeah.
So.
Our votes just come in for RLPA Player of the Month, boys. What do you reckon RLPA should? Herbie Farnworth.
He wouldn't have been outstanding.
He wouldn't have been in my top 3. I don't think Herbie.
Silver Longo. I think he's been there.
It's got to be Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary, Jackson Ford.
I'll have a think about it properly when I get home.
I'm just thinking of the
those are my 2. I just need to find one more. Sua, 2 really good games. Let's get the ladder.
I'm sure we'll be talking about it on Thursday's episode.
No, this is just but like that won't account for who the other people vote, right?
Yeah.
So just because this is our votes doesn't mean it's going to be the 3 that we get. So Nathan, yes. Jackson Ford, yes.
We skipped it a few weeks ago. There was when Vossi was hammering the Dally M.
Yeah, but that's the week-to-week game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we skipped it.
I think we ran out of time.
Yeah.
But have you seen any standouts since?
Yeah, there've been a couple of bad ones as
Have
well.
we run out of time now?
Nah, I booked it further.
Oh, thank fuck. All right, sweet.
Let's quickly do this. Knights. Oh, anyone from the Knights?
Nah.
Rabbitohs, Tigers.
Nope.
No, because everyone's had like
3
key
games.
players go
There's been
down
no real like guns.
Storm.
Tanner Boyd?
outside of Nathan.
Tanner Boyd?
Fuck,
No.
I might go Tanner Boyd one.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might go Nathan, Jackson, Ford, and Tanner
Yeah,
Boyd.
reward Tanner Boyd.
Yeah. Dewey's been good. Fuck,
Yeah,
I could
he's
go
had one
Dewey.
game, mate.
No, he played awesome against the Cowboys as well. 2 really good games.
2, 3, yeah.
2 really good games.
Harry Grant, would he?
Let me know because we've got a lot of Wise fans.
Harry
Yeah.
Grant?
I'm deciding between
Harry Grant's fucking outstanding apart from...
between 3 now because I like the shout for Harry. Nathan's getting my 3 or Jackson. I think both of them are going to be there anyway. It doesn't matter. For my 1 point, am I going Tanner Boyd? Am I going Adam Dewey? Or am I going Harry Grant? They're my 3. Or Pasami Swallow.
Just for that hit.
All right, Sharks 34 defeat the Raiders. Oh, Trindle fucking had 2 unreal games as well, actually. Sharks 34 defeat the Raiders 22. I'll take my time on this when I get home, too, by the way, because I take this real serious for the RLPA.
Should.
All right, Trindle's second try assist to me
How good.
was Cody Walker, Cliffy Lyons-esque.
Yeah.
And for me right now, and the reason I bring them up, Indigenous brothers, like they've just got the silkiest of touches. Inside, for me, arguably the most dangerous player in the competition on the last tackle inside 20 metres. Because what happens in those little moments is the defensive line starts to sit back because they're expecting a little kick, and he's got an elite short kicking game as well.
He's young.
But more often than not, he wants to pull the trigger and run it, Mace. And he can play short to Wilton like he had some joy with. He can go tunnel ball out to Keohiro, or he can hold it up like he did to Kennedy. And
Even Kennedy's ball that he threw. That was
really
beautiful.
nice. Little double pump. Yeah.
They look good, Sharks. They look
really good. Really good.
So if they can do this, if they can be this version of the Sharks every single week, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And this is the Sharks team that I expected all year, especially with Trindle and even fucking Nico. Nico played outstanding. Starting the Dolph, different look, eh? It's a different look.
I was thinking about this when we spoke about it, and while I was watching the game, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's said a little bit tongue in cheek. Contract year,
Yeah.
and people go and remember when I was saying to you before the game
fucking true.
about Hazelton starting over him, and I was like, yeah, you know why I think they want to start Hazelton because he's got a 3-year deal and they've just invested in him. Why not, as a coach, take advantage of a player when he's in this form and playing for a contract?
100%. That's what I'm saying. It's contract year. You're always playing your best.
Fuck yeah.
Hazelton, not saying anything, not taking away from Hazelton. He just signed a 3-year deal. He knows he's safe, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to say he's playing shit.
No.
But the Dolphins going to give you everything.
Fuck yeah.
He's playing for.
He's in a mood.
He's in a mood and he's running with extra fucking venom. He's hitting hard. He's doing everything he can to stay there or to work for another contract.
Big contract. Big
Get as much as you can out of the Dolphin. He'll give you everything, mate. He's one of those players, and he's playing for his livelihood, right?
I also think they need his personality.
Yeah. He don't take shit, mate. He's out there and he works hard. He's a big body. He hits hard. He runs. He's fit. Mate, Dolph, fully fit, he's a fucking great forward.
Look at their team.
Yeah.
Across the board, maybe Tricky's got a little bit of cheeky in him. They're all very humble players.
Yeah.
Like they very rarely sort of push and shove
Yeah.
over people. They go about their business. They're a reflection of Craig Fitzgibbon,
Yeah.
I think.
Just
they
about,
do
they're
things
all
the
about
right way. They don't get rah-rah in people's face.
Other than the Ronaldo.
But that's
And he
my
had some
point,
big
which
players.
I was about to get to. Ronnie is no longer there. Stone Street's got a bit of a strut.
He goes good.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a strut, but he's nowhere near the Ronnie, the energy and the
The
enthusiasm.
antagonistic sort of style
So
of play.
they need I was watching it going, they need the Dolph because the Dolph doesn't have to talk shit
Nah.
to the opposition, but I bet you the Dolph this is how I imagine the Dolph is before games. Let's fucking get
Yeah,
these
yeah.
cunts. You know
He'd be
what I
good.
mean?
Yeah.
Fuck, they're Canberra, we're down here in Canberra.
Yeah.
Horsebrough, don't let those cunts fucking
Yeah.
step it over you. Hudson Young's going to, you need guys like that in the locker room.
Yeah.
I reckon that's where they're missing Ronnie to start the
Yeah.
year. and Rudolph being on the bench.
There's no rah-rah before the games, I reckon.
I don't think there is.
It'd be all business.
Yep.
It'd be all business when you need it in the middle, man.
Yep.
You've got to start these games off. And, Hazelton and Fanua Blake, I think Fanua Blake's all about business,
Fucking
right?
oath he is.
I know what I'm going to get with him.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm going to get with Hazelton. He hasn't arrived yet. The Dolphs going to come out there and give you all. Give it everything. Talakai's not going to. They're very quiet, humble players.
Even in the Adam days at the Wars, I'd imagine Mitch Barnett was that guy for Adam. Because Adam doesn't have to talk shit. Adam just goes out and does his thing.
Just does his thing, exactly.
So, yeah, I was watching that game, and when the physicality, and I keep going back to it, every time the Sharks play well, Kale Iro and Jesse Ramian have manhandled their opposition centres. Now, Simi Sasangi still had some nice moments. We'll get to that. But Ramian and Iro, when they're in a mood, and more so defensively, because offensively they're sweet and they're powerful.
Yeah.
But when they want to pick their fucking opposition centres up and just ragdoll them a bit, that's when the Sharks
at their best.
Are at their best and fucking winning games.
Their back five is so important.
And Nico and Braden are having some joy off the back of it.
Quick play the balls. That's all you got to do is you just got to. They're one of the best teams when they're on the front foot. Quick play the balls.
Like every team.
Because Brayley is an outstanding 9.
Yeah.
Don't forget about him. The delivery that he has, like he's hitting Nico on the fly, 20, 30 metres, right on there, attacking, short sides. He's got everything, mate.
Another big game coming up. They've got the Wars.
It'll be a good game.
Good game. Raiders, I thought the scoreline flattered the Raiders. Always felt like the Sharks were in control. If it wasn't for a bit of individual brilliance from Sasangi at times,
Savage.
KO Weeds, Savage. Like,
what's happening there? Is it penalties and discipline?
Discipline, definitely discipline. I think they're just expecting things to happen that happened last year.
Yeah.
The beauty of what the Raiders were last year, they fought and they
won these little games.
They did. They did. Every inch, every meter that they got, they had to fight for it. I think there's just, I'm watching Ethan Strange right now. You know how much we love Strangey, friend of the show. He needs to get back to his running game ASAP.
He sort of did on the weekend. He tried to, but he's on the wrong side.
9 for 80, Mace. I expect 120 plus from him. I expect 10 to 15 because I think maybe because Fogarty's left and he's got a younger half there, he feels like he's got to be a bit more of a distributor.
Same again with the Moses and Peasant little comp.
Yeah.
Fucked everybody.
Strangey,
fucking team.
Take. Like Sanders was running more. Strange ran later in the game. Yeah. Sanders ran more earlier and actually tested
he looked all right.
I reckon, and I've said this before around Cherry before, and both playing with Foz. Early on in games, Cherry would tell me, and over the years I've seen it, and there was an example of it on the weekend.
The short side.
When Ches wants to get into a game and wants to, feel the physicality of the game, he'll go in and have a scoot.
Yeah.
And he'll take a scoot because he wants to feel the contact. And then, all right, now I've been checked. Now I'm in the game. Then everything else just comes off the back of it. I was watching Strangey for the first fucking 60 minutes and I'm going, man, I can't even remember a run. So I expect way more from him. And I thought being over in camp with Mitch and Munster and that, he's been slow to start the year. And that's constructive criticism.
It's the side that he's playing on. He's a left side.
He prefers the right, he's come out and said.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
You're going to fucking say that. Because you're playing right. You're not going to try and belittle the fucking...
that's team first.
That's team first mentality. I love the right. Yeah. But you're the best left side 5'8", him and Munster.
Yeah.
Left fucking foot, left arm carry. Like it's just... He's built for the left side.
Yeah.
But he obviously can play both, but his preferred side would be left.
I reckon if he runs early, he's going to set it up for his man Noel Martin more too.
And Noel Martin was about it. He had a crack. You just you got to feed the beast, mate.
Yep.
He's a big body on that edge, mate. Just get him early ball. He fucking just runs hard. He's big, strong, mobile. Like he was causing some trouble.
What do you think of my man Joe Roddy off the bench too?
Yeah, he's good.
He's got a little bit in him.
Yeah, they're good. Mate, Canberra's a side, mate. Cronulla's a decent side. This is probably the game of the round.
Yeah.
This was. It was a high quality
good game. Yeah.
That Savage try, man, that was fucking outstanding. It's fucking stop. Fuck, he's fast.
Yeah.
I think he's really he's going to push for what we said a couple of years ago, Origin. Because he's cut those little mistakes out.
Yep.
He's tough. His play twos are outstanding. He's fast enough to beat markers most of the time, and he squares up. And he's got that fucking X factor in him.
What about when he gassed? So Kale left side. Yeah, Kale Iro come out of the line, tried to smack Sasangi, bumped off, missed it. flick pass. Savage was working for the Weeks try, and he when he got the pass originally, he was in third. He dropped it into fourth and fifth real quick and just went fucking whooshka, took off, and Hiro was in range and just went.
You're talking about the one I'm talking about where he just...
No, that was the second one where he scored.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he just dusted Billy. I think he got Billy
both.
Burns,
Both.
Hiro.
Yeah. Three.
And even Will Kennedy was there, I think, in range.
Yeah, he got three of them.
But the try when Simi Sasang gave him the flick pass in the first half, and then he drew on past Ko Weeks, he just went cruise.
He's got that extra bit where I don't think many wingers have got that.
No.
Especially over like the 5 metres to 10 to 20.
Yeah.
It's fucking lightning, mate.
Yeah, there's something there. They've got to get their shit together real quick, though, the Canberra Raiders, because
1 for 4, aren't they?
All nights at Marathon at McDonald's. All right. It's a good time to get them with no Dylan Brown, but fuck, the way they played on the weekend. It's actually, you know what? You'd prefer that for the Raiders. Ricky will be going, these fucking guys just went to Canterbury.
Yeah,
show them the respect.
They're feeling themselves. Let's fucking dish
Show
it
them
out.
the respect, for sure.
Which is the game that you're going to Canberra for? In your roster?
Melbourne Storm game in 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
Yep. I think it's 2 weeks, yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks after this night's game. Anyway, let's go to the Titans 22 defeating the Dragons 14. They did it the hard way. 3 penalties on the first play, defending after sets. 2 offside and 1 for holding down in the ruck. Now, our man Lukey live got in in our messages and was going, "Oh, I don't know about my coach crush with Josh Hannay after the start." Chill out, Lukey. It wasn't your coach crush. It's mine. I know what I'm talking about here.
I just wonder what the fuck is he talking about?
I'll tell you what else I did too. I picked up my phone when Phil Sammy went over again.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll put that away.
He had himself a game.
Yeah. Did you? You went to go there. It should have been a fucking try too, by the way.
No, because, but we'd hit the 2 try scorers.
Yeah.
We needed Gutho, and I had my phone in my hand, and then it clicked not to send the message.
Yeah, nice. Good work. Put it down. But fuck, they make it hard for themselves, mate. Still, like, across the board. And this is what we're talking. We're going to talk about Big Tino in a bit because you know we texted each other. Big Tino's not quite himself.
No,
man. Like some of the errors that they make. Fuck. Look, Josh Hannay has got a huge job. Footy IQ, awareness, like just giving away penalties and leg outs to the Dragons. And this is an awful reflection of the Dragons because they couldn't capitalize on it.
No,
but. There were 3 occasions in the first 25 minutes where they gave away penalties on the first tackle defending. Dragons kick down, start the fucking set on the 50-metre line. And then there were a couple of... Even Tino had an error off the kickoff similar to Mo last week. You'd be sitting there going, what the fuck's going on? But it's not... It was Mo last week. It was Tino this week. It was fucking... our man... Cooper Bai had a really... It was a tough one, Cooper Bai, but Cooper Bai had a penalty out of yardage. I think Beau Fermor dropped a couple of balls.
Yeah.
Like it's...
He's had some fucking penis fingers lately.
It's across the board.
No, I'm serious. He's a better player than that.
He is, mate.
Yeah.
Like, but that's... I don't know. Like, Josh Hannay is just trying to... And they needed this bad.
They don't help themselves, mate.
They needed this bad.
I was just like, they're trying to lose this game. Like,
but Dragons didn't want it. That's the only plus.
Tino, I'm not sure what's happening up there with Tino. Like what did he finish with his stats? I think it was less than 100 meters.
Again, let's. So I think it's a reflection of fatigue. I think because
no, exactly. That's what I was looking at this game closely to see why Tino's not getting involved. But it's because they're on the back foot all the time and they get fuck all ball in the first 10 minutes where he should be setting the platform.
13 for 132, better this weekend.
Yeah, way better.
26 no misses.
Yeah.
And it's not physical fatigue, Mace.
No.
My thing is, I think mentally he's fatigued. Yeah. I think mentally, like, he's seen this shit, and even he was a part of it. Like I said this week, where it's just like, fuck, you know when you played in teams and before the game,
it's happening
and then you go like, all right, we're pumped, we're ready to go on this game, and then an error happens straight away, and you look at that guy and you go, fucking hell, not again.
Yeah. And he just needs to block that shit out because he's their leader of that team and just be like all about just leading from the front, you know, and that's what he needs to get out. Like, you know, the team's going to make mistakes. They are. You know, that's the Titans. They just need to fix their discipline and fix their drop balls, and they're going to be in most games. They will be in most games.
Yes.
Right?
By the way, sorry, I was just looking at stats and then I just won Supercoach. Sorry about that, mate.
Okay, sweet. But Tino was better. He was better, but I'm like, I just need more impact from him.
Yeah.
Right? He just needs to be just back fence. Don't fucking worry about the footwork and that. Like, you're big and strong enough to be. I see him stepping a little bit of footwork, trying to get that. I'm like, fuck, mate. If you just get a little bit wider, catch at sea, get out to like a little bit of footwork there, not in the teeth of it. Right?
I'll use an example.
You'll find a lot more meters there.
I'll use an example for you. I reckon Junior Barlow went through this for a couple of years. The back end of the run with the vets, but then also when he took on the new team last year with all the rookies and Jason Rolls, you got to remove the result. You got to remove the stuff that's going to happen in the game and just go, I'm just going to give my process, max effort. And Tino's been a good system, started in a good system. He played rep footy. He's just got to go, I don't care what happens in this game. I'm just going to be the best version. I've got to be the best. I've got to be the best forward on the field every game,
let alone my team.
Yes,
he needs to be, because he is the top 3 best prop in the world.
Yes,
right. And I'm like, you can't get outshone by like anyone really. In my books, Tino at his best is the best prop in the game.
And Mo looks better off the bench too.
He's got the full package, right? He's got the passing game. He's got the offload. He's got the footwork. He's got the fitness. He can hit like a truck. But it's not helping the way that the Titans are playing. It's fucking fatigue, mate. Like, you know what I mean? It gets to you. You know, like you're on the back foot. Like you find himself in his first stint. I think he had 5 touches in 23, 24 minutes. It's not. You'd want it close to 10 before that break. Right?
Especially if you know Mo's off the bench too.
Yeah, he got most of his touches later in the game when the game starts getting a little bit slower. He needs to be setting the platform big time. Give him the fucking ball and let him do his damage and just get in there and just set the standard, set the platform for the rest of the play because they look up to you.
But they've got to have the ball.
They need to have the ball, and it's ruining because sometimes he's not touching the ball for 4 minutes.
Doing 3 tackles.
Yeah, and he's in everything, right? He's in everything. And sometimes you look at him and go, he's fucked. You know what I mean? Like if you put him in a Cronulla system, a Penrith system, a fucking Brisbane system, you put him in any of those.
But that's why we've got a salary cap.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I know. Yeah. A Bulldog system.
Yeah.
Right? Just a Bulldog system. The Bulldog system. Get a release.
Would you swap him for Jamin Salmon, you reckon?
Fucking in a heartbeat. Imagine that. Fuck, he look good in blue and white. But like it's the system that he's in and it's the discipline and all that kind of stuff. It's just like he just needs to keep doing what he's doing.
How about Gin and Tonic GNT? Because this guy's got to keep doing what he's doing. Gifted by Scope and Triple OG. Your ho, my ho, my ho.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night. Yeah, your bro, my bro, Lukey Stowe's bro. My ho.
That's a good one. Hey, there's a player there, mate.
Oh, mate, he looks outstanding on that edge.
There's a player.
Great balance, palming off and 2 tries there, and just that's what I'm saying. There's a team there. There's a team there. Stop giving away stupid penalties.
Yep.
Be disciplined, and your back 5 is dynamite, right? Brimo is a left centre. Let's just stop fucking around.
Well, he's a fullback, but
he's a fullback, but his next best is there. They look so much better when he was in the centres. He was getting one-on-ones, and he looked outstanding.
Hear me out.
Jay Campbell, do your thing.
Hear me out. This is the best opportunity that Lockie Ellis has had since he's debuted.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is when he first debuted, on the left-hand edge, you had Strike out there with Cody Walker doing his thing. Latrell was at fullback. He also had, when he first started, Campbell Graham and Keon Kolomantangi. So not only was he in a good team, but he had Strike. And then Campbell Graham got injured. And there was a bit of a revolving door. And then Keon Kolomantangi moved to the middle and edge. And he sort of, again, like, I don't feel sorry for him in the sense that he was still playing first grade. But he got dropped out of the first grade. When South weren't playing well, he was the one that...
Fall guy.
He was the fall guy. Jason Demetrio dropped him. And then it turned ugly. And then eventually he ended up moving to the Dragons. He goes to the Dragons, plays a couple of games. His 5'8" partner is Kyle Flanagan. That's a rough combination to begin with, especially if you look at it now with Atkinson, who I still think has some footy in him. But Kyle Flanagan isn't necessarily... the greatest wingman to have for a half that is under pressure or trying to progress his career. Then he plays New South Wales Cup for the full year. Then he starts at the Titans this year. And again, I keep going back to it. I think AJ Brimson is a fullback, best position, next best centre. I don't want him anywhere near 5'8" anymore. And I've been saying this for a while. No. I love the player, hate the player as a 5'8". So now he's on the left edge. He's got Beau Fermor inside him, who's had a bit of a rough start, but he's still Beau Fermor. He's got a genuine strike weapon in AJ Brimson with Phil Sammy, a vet wing who's very underrated. Yeah. I'm looking at that edge going, oh, that's nice. You can work with that. And then you got JC on the right, who's probably more of a traditional 6, but like I said, you leave the 7 on JC because he's the man. And then Lockie Ilias, let's see what he's got now. Because I've been of this opinion, this is his last chance.
Yep.
And this is his best chance since his first 20 games, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree.
We'll see what he's got, Lockie Ilias. As for the flip side...
There's a player there.
Yep.
Just fucking live up to that sort of potential. And yeah, as I said, like you just got to get the line, like 50%. Just give yourselves 50% of the ball.
Yes.
And you're going to be in most games. It does my head in just watching the fucking... They're their own worst enemies sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And Josh Hannay's fucking great in the he don't show any emotion.
No.
I think he gets at halftime and just gets it and it just screams at a wall.
No, I don't think it's in his nature.
No. He just punched the fuck out. He must have a stress ball in his pockets. Stress ball in his pockets like this. Just double that. St. George, what do we think? What are we doing?
I don't really have any constructive criticism for him.
I hope Flano's all right, but
I hope Cole's right.
He's flown home with the team this morning. It came out while we were doing the show.
Was it a bad head knock, broken jaw, something like that? Was it broken nose?
I'll bring up the statement. St. George released a statement on Instagram.
I want to say this the best possible way, and I hope Cole.
I thought he was having a decent game too.
I hope Cole gets back and he starts. He's back to full health. It was a nasty knock. There could be some facial injuries, not only head knocks, like there could be some broken nose, broken cheekbone, something like that.
Been cleared of any serious injury following scans at hospital, taken to hospital, Gold Coast, concussion, neck injury, no structural damage.
Good. Because, like I said before at the start of the show, we talked about
that's good.
We talked about father-son.
Minimum 11-day stand down.
He'll drive back down. He won't fly.
He's flown, apparently.
Is he flying?
Apparently he has flown.
I wouldn't have flown.
Anyway, this could be a blessing in disguise if he sits out the next couple of weeks for the Dragons. I don't know if liking King Tonga is the answer, but we'll probably see.
You can see defensively why he's not in the team. Fucking hell, mate.
I know.
You know, that's the only thing holding him back. And what did we say at the start? Said when everyone was like trying to pump his tyre up because he fucking tried good, they're going to get at him, mate.
I'll be interested to see what the response is like because I really do think this is. It's been a bit of an issue at the Dragons, mate. There is no connection there at all.
Zero. Their forwards are all on the different pages. It's like they're stat padding.
They're good young kids. There's like it looks like there's
13 looks all right. Hamish Stewart.
Gun.
I like him. Goulart needs to develop a pass. I don't know. They're just
and when I say this too, I want to be clear with this as well. When you play with teammates, mate, you know you play for your teammates, right? Like you go into battle. I've played with teams where I've liked my teammates, and I've played with teammates where I've loved my teammates. And to me right now, the Dragons look like they like each other.
Disconnected. It's disconnection, and I think they just need to play as a pack. They don't hunt in a pack. They don't. Just something missing there. And Flano needs to really rectify that because only round 4 they've got a team there. They have really got a team there where
good players, good roster,
got players, mate. But
good
their pack needs to play as a pack. They don't. It's just like one out. There's no tip. There's no moving the other ruck around. So what do you do as a defensive system? You just go 3 out. You get in there and you slow the ball down.
Teams aren't stressed on the defensive
line. No, mate.
They don't stress. Their line
they do not. They do not. What do you got, Lukey?
I've just got his New South Wales Cup games. So he's played 3 games.
Who's this?
King Tonga. Yeah.
Get up Reid as well, though. What's
Kate Reid? I'll bring him up next. So he's had 30 tackles, 100% tackle efficiency.
Little fella.
Yeah.
But what's
Luke
weird,
Keary,
I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
Dragons fans can let us know. He played 80 against the Bulldogs and then 41 in both the Storm and Eels games.
I think it's time for him to come up.
No, that's he was talking about liking King Tonga. You're talking about Reid.
Kate Reid. Yeah. Let me have a look at Kate
Keary's love
Reid.
child.
Yeah.
Stats.
Anyway.
Yeah, we don't even need to see the stats. I reckon they're going to be calling for him. Flana's going to try to be patient, but Kyle should miss at least a week, maybe 2. That was category 1, right?
The other one, we didn't mention it. It's a signing, but it's confirmed. Going to Melbourne. They've signed.
Oh, Sako.
Yeah,
Good signing. Good signing. Really good signing.
Is that ASAP?
No, next year.
Next year.
I get excited like they're going to be on the fucking Melbourne Storm now.
It's
Fills the kicking void.
Yes.
Harry Grant's been kicking.
Yep, and Harry is desperate to get.
And he's been a quality player for years now.
Yeah.
And he's just he might go to another level.
Nick Meaney's off to Perth, so they need a goal kicker as well. So
And there's no better striker.
Will
in the game.
Warbrick's off to the Warriors. Nick Meaney's off to Perth, so he'll go straight onto the right wing and kick goals for him. Good pick up on the shot.
He does more than kick goals. I rate him.
Yeah, so do I.
And the other thing, we're talking about your RLPA players' picks.
Yep.
We didn't even mention Milky Jenkins.
Ooh.
And just
In a
to see-
winger, can we give it to a winger?
That's what it's.
I will.
He's broken records. It's a record
He's the
for
first
10 games.
most try scores in the first 4 games
Something
ever
like that.
in the history of the game.
Yeah, it's
10?
up
He
there.
overtook someone on 9 who was a good winger.
I think it was me. Yeah.
Milky Jenkins.
In flag.
Good shout.
What about we coached against SG Ball yesterday. Guess who was the SG Ball coach for Tigers? Roy Asatasi.
Oh.
We fucking pumped him. Sorry, Razza.